See, I told you. I fucking introduced his ass to minoxidil and finasteride.
It's the only FDA. It's
finasteride?
It's for prostate cancer.
Finasteride.
It's for prostate cancer originally, but it is the only FDA-approved drug, as far as I know, that you can take that stops male pattern baldness.
You're not even looking at him. He's like,
damn, I just worry about this stuff. I don't do anything.
Yeah, the more you worry about it, the worse it'll get.
You think that's true?
And then he just said, I worry about it. Adam asked him, what do you do? And he says, I worry about it.
I have an uncle who swore to me that if you touch a certain part of your beard, it'll grow more than if you don't touch the other part.
He also talked about Turkey, going to Turkey. I mean, we joked about going to Turkey for transplants.
Oh yeah, you're an eater. You're a feeder and an eater.
You're
a real ass eater.
Maybe you could have arranged those words.
Wait, no, this is not. This is not the right.
Real ass. Yeah, that's a song calling the mayor of New York City an
I didn't mean it like that.
That's not. That's not what we were looking for.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chatter. Whoever sent that.
Yeah.
That was your good deed of the day. Absolutely not.
I condemn cancer. Okay, I condemn a brave take. I know, but I condemn cancer. Lung cancer specifically. Anyway, all right. So Adam Friedland finally doing his very best to destroy the allegations.
You know, I will say though, it's, you know, I know Adam did this. He got Zohran on and everything, but like, you know, like just like I don't know, like 3 days ago,
right after
he was calling me and saying like, Noah, listen, you know, like I actually don't know if I support Zohran.
Yeah,
like, I'm not sure. I think I might be.
Make no mistake. This is gonna be a hit piece.
I'm just saying, you know, Adam's not really like, I'm not even sure he's like a leftist.
No, he's 100% in the tank for the Cuomo still, and I think this is like to tarnish Zohran's reputation. Or actually, Adam is a centrist, and he is celebrating Zohran Mamdani's pivot. He loved the Zohran Mamdani. He was like, I endorse Hakeem Jeffries unconditionally, and Adam was like, that's my kind of reasonable politics, I think. You know? Yeah, the Bill Maher of our generation, Mr. Apolitical at the Adam Friedland show. He secured the coveted Zohran interview suspiciously after he won. Not before. Interesting.
And I mean, I'll be honest, I think that, like, you know, it took like the sequence of events, right? Is that like Zohran won the election. So like democratic socialism, in spite of the efforts of Hakeem Jeffries and Congress to say that it's bad, people like it. And Adam, who, you know, is very hip to when stuff is trending, he understood what he had to do. He saw the writing on the wall. Yeah. I think that's the sequence of events. He's just following the pack.
Yeah.
What is it like?
He definitely wasn't desperate to get him on the
board. You go to the White House, right? You take a selfie on a plane.
Yeah.
No caption. That is like Drake vibes a little bit.
Hit the emoji though.
You hit the emoji.
Come on. You know where I was going.
On the plane? What do you think? Like, what's the game plan there?
Honestly, I knocked out on the plane.
I mean, you looked a little bit like. That was the joke on the internet. You look a little bit like you took you hit nothing.
You can say it.
You look a little bit like you hit the edible before the flight.
Why would you say that?
It was 30 minutes. I'm sorry, Mr. May. Why
would you say that?
I don't know.
See, this is what I mean. He's already trying to tarnish his reputation.
Trying to call the mayor-elect a drug addict.
Yeah, I see that. I see that, and I don't like
chemicals, and I'm just tired of the hit pieces.
Ladies and gentlemen, mayor-elect New York City, Zohran Mamdani. Everyone, elect. Congratulations.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
It's funny. Like when I met you, we just talked about sports. I wasted your time like 4 days before an election.
I thought it was great.
I know. We talked about all of our collective pain.
Yeah.
The game's on right now. The North London Derby's on right now.
3-0, baby.
You said you've been too busy. You've been too busy running for mayor to watch the games this year. And now you're making me too busy to watch.
But like, we'll get an update if it's 4.
Oh shit. This is unprofessional.
I thought
I gotta. Someone text me. Oh shit. You need to see this. Oh no, guys.
Hi Zohran, how you doing? Ian right here.
What?
I just want to say a massive massive congratulations on what you've achieved. The real work starts now, but God willing, you can achieve everything that you have set out to achieve.
You're
going to need some of that
How did you do this?
winning energy that you've got, my friend, and get behind the boys. It's a long way to go.
I'm going to cry.
You just have to stay calm, back Mikel and all the boys. Up the Gunners, baby. Take it easy and God
Can
bless.
a soccer chatter explain? What is this, like a Arsenal legend or something?
Yeah. He's like
Ian Wright.
He's like one of their like all-time scorers. He's on the telly now.
He couldn't get Thierry Henry. Was that a relevant reference?
Yeah, Thierry Henry,
Yeah.
not Thierry, but yes.
Thierry Henry, also Arsenal legend, also Gooner. See, I know my footy. I know my fucking footy. Can you say Spurs is the smallest club in London? I don't know what that means, but sure.
I just got a text.
Do this.
My boy.
Hi, Zohran, how you doing?
I'm just gonna watch it again.
Yeah, just watch it.
I just want to say a massive congratulations
I love this
on what
man.
you've achieved.
He's the best guy of all time.
Have you seen the video where he is
He meets
reunited
his
with his
teacher, Mr. Pigeon. I thought you was dead.
Thought you were dead.
We have okay. Here's the problem, guys. I don't want to expose you, but it's crazy. I mean, Ian, right. Okay.
What a man.
How did I do that? I really
And you
bothered.
actually, and I thought there was
bothered
something wrong.
I know. Yeah. Mr. President.
I didn't know where you were going.
No. It's not a. No.
How did you do that?
I knew that it was gonna be.
I love him.
I love him so much. He's the best guy of all time. You know his background story? He was like working in a factory, and then he's like, I'm going to try one more time.
Arsenal fans are the most annoying. Goddamn, there's already Arsenal haters.
These are like the stories I would read when I was 17 and on the B team of a travel team in New York City.
What did you play? What position did you play?
I played
Bronx Science?
I played up top.
Up top.
Yeah.
You were a 9?
I think I was 23.
Okay, but you were a striker.
Yes. It had no relation to the number on the back of my jersey.
We have like a lot of our brain is occupied by the most useless information related to this soccer.
Every
team.
day I wake up, I think about Sebastian Squillaci,
Oh my God.
Pascal Sigan,
I think about
Marwan Shamak.
Yeah, when I caught you like I being a little bit of a politician because I said that Ospina was giving me nightmares, and you're like Jackson Heights is in the balance.
Yeah, it's like, can you lay off my Colombian goalkeeper for a moment?
I'm so confused by this
No one
conversation
cares. We're
taking
embarrassing
place.
ourselves.
You're just
Okay.
naming guys. It's just the same sports
you grew up
conversation
in the Upper
everywhere.
West Side.
It's cute.
New York City kid.
Yep.
Although it is
Yes,
like
sir.
really
Yeah.
funny
Where did you
whenever
grow
you like praise one sports team, right? Like
Yeah,
you're like,
and then
oh,
you-
like,
you-
then
you develop
immediately,
enemies.
Like every other, like if you're like, oh, LeBron's awesome, then like the fans of like 31 other teams show up in your
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah, no,
oh, I'm
this is-
sorry. I'm sorry. Did you mean Le bitch?
Yeah,
like,
this
oof.
is more polarizing than being like an open socialist, I think, running for office. Yeah, there's mad people even in my chat. They're like, "Oh, fuck the Gooners. Arsenal fans are the ultras of the world. They're so
Well,
annoying."
it's that combined with like all the people in your like chat who are like, "Oh, a sports ball? Really? A sports
Yeah,
ball in my politricks?"
I had
Come
to
on.
miss incredibly. Shut your bitch ass up, nerd, and let the jocks talk on the screen. Between me, Adam Friedland, and Zohran Mamdani, I'm the nerd, and they're the jocks here. Are you okay? If the English government was a team, it would be Arsenal. Your footy community is bigger than you think. No, I know. You guys took out Cloudflare, like the Spanish football. You took out Cloudflare the other night just so you could illegally stream your favorite Spanish footy team. All right.
Well,
keep going.
we both lived a little bit as kids in Cape Town. Yeah.
You lived in Cape Town?
Yeah. Where did you live? Observatory?
I lived in Oranjezegt
That's where my mom
from
grew up.
96 to 99.
That's my mother grew up in Oranjezegt. Yeah. Both my parents are from Cape Town. And
What?
then I was born in LA. My dad was on a list of some sort.
You
'Cause
got to give me more than that.
my dad and mom both went to university in London.
Okay.
We're Jews from Cape Town.
Okay.
And then
Shout outs.
they met in South Africa. They met at home in Cape Town. They kept getting set up on.
Someone said we finally found the secret to get Zohran to stop talking about affordability. Yeah, this is the only time. This is the only time I've heard this man not pivot back to like fast and free buses. He will just keep yapping over gooners for hours on end.
Blind dates, and she was like, "This fucking guy again." And then somehow he wore it down, and then they got married, and he got a letter that he was being sent to Angola, to the Civil War, and so they left. They just
when did they
packed
leave?
up and
What
left.
year?
I could eat.
82.
Wow.
So I was born in LA.
Okay. Have you been to
my
Cape-
dad was on an enemies list because of the apartheid regime,
Yeah.
and so I
Actually,
Not a
no,
bad
I don't
list.
think it's
Yeah.
because of apartheid
And
and like
then-
his dad not wanting to go to Nloga. No, his dad was on a list. His dad it was like, this guy's Adam Friedland's dad. We can't let him go around walking.
Yeah. No, it was because he was too supportive of
He
the
was-
apartheid regime.
Exactly.
He loved it too much. They were like, okay, dude, it's kind of like a Itamar Ben-Gvir not being allowed
Yeah,
to serve in the
absolutely.
Israeli military type
Yeah,
situation.
that's Max Friedland for sure.
Yeah.
I was there back. My granny's from Sea Point. None of the grannies left, and actually,
Are they still there?
Granny's still there. 94. She just got a hip. You want to send her a video?
Let's do it.
Hi, Granny.
Yeah. Congrats on
your
congrats
hip.
on the hip.
Congrats on the hip, Esther. Congrats on the hip. I promise I'm trying my best in life, and no, she's very proud of me. I told her I have the mayor coming on, and no. So yeah, my Diba actually he was like, when I was a kid, I used to write my essays like, who's your hero on
Diba.
on my Diba, because like it connected me to my parents, because like it was like, you know,
That's
he's South African.
amazing.
Yeah. So but he went to our synagogue after he got out of jail. He was elected. And he was like, you got to tell your kids to come back because we need everyone to build a country. And like my parents' whole generation of Jews.
So why are you not following Madiba right now?
Because I had to talk to you. You know, and I got this studio, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
You know, last time I went back was in 2010
2010
for the World Cup.
Steve fucking did the Jabalala.
Don't
Was
show.
it was it obnoxious?
Vuvuzela.
Yeah. Could you not hear anything?
You hate it if you're not the one doing it, and I was one of the people doing it.
You got one.
Yeah, I brought
They're
them back.
fucking
I
loud.
brought them back.
I brought one back to
Maine.
college. Yeah. To
I
college.
went to a D3 basketball game. My roommate was on the
With the
basketball team,
vuvuzela.
and I had the vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela
I think
is-
I was at Bates College, and I pulled it
Now
out. And I,
synonymous with South American country Venezuela, I feel like.
Wait, really?
No, I just always say Vuvuzela instead of Venezuela. Whenever someone is like anti-socialist, they're like, oh, what about Vuvuzela?
blew it, and the ref stopped the game, and he was like, "You need to fucking stop."
Yeah. And you're like, come on. Didn't you see the World Cup? Didn't you see the ball that went in all different directions?
But I was at the Ghana-Uruguay game.
No.
That's where I cried in public.
No.
Yeah, Luis Suarez.
Asamoah Gyan. Dude,
VAR.
I can't. Guys, this is
That
like
was the closest.
the mayor caring about soccer is the mayor caring about Arsenal is like Wakanda for me. It's like I feel like it's like representation.
Do you remember that tweet?
You're one of them. I remember your tweet.
No, not but the what is it? Ruth Conda forever?
Oh my
my
god.
God.
Yeah, like when I met
Zohran
you,
is so online.
one
It's
thing that was like
crazy.
remarkable is like we were talking about soccer.
The
and
mayor
hip-hop.
elect just brought
Yeah.
up
I
Ruth
was like,
Conda forever.
That's crazy.
That's the mayor supports Arsenal.
Ay.
He's like Zohran definitely remembers the tweet about like how that lady doesn't care about
Homie, what set you from?
men's entitlement because and like
Oh, because
about
my
the baby
Afghanistan.
crocodile.
No, my Afghanistan was every time.
Oh, the dad came home, but
every time my
He put the keys in the
absentee
door.
father
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the keys in the door. There's so many good moments.
Beto calf cramping.
Oh my God, the calf
Zohran knows what that
cramping.
like. Somebody could like stop him on the street and be like, "Mayor, like, so lovely to meet you. I'm excited about what you're doing. The housing and the affordability and the buses. I love it. Just one thing, Beta O'Rourke calf cramping, and you will see the man's face break.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
he knows E Fartlow probably.
We are losers. I was like, we're the same. Like
Representation matters.
We're the same generation, right?
Yeah.
It dawned on me that my entire life, this is kind of feels like the first time that someone from my generation.
Adam is trying to get like young millennial cred, even though he's an old millennial.
Dude, did you see? I like have brought this up to him repeatedly, but you see,
So we're the same generation.
Did you see Mark Ruffalo? Like, because like Adam met him on like doing some red carpet interview thing.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo was like talking with Mehdi Hasan later, and he made a reference to Adam Friedland. I love that kid.
Yeah, that was
That
crazy.
38-year-old baby boy.
Yeah, they're the same age. Him and Mark
Bro,
Ruffalo.
yeah, him
pretty
and Mark.
much.
Yeah, they went to college together.
Adam's ass is almost about 40. True, exactly. I have to keep daggering him. He needs to know his place. This is bullshit.
Has ascended to leadership. I guess Mayor Pete did, but he was more of a suck up to the parents. You're more one of us, I think. I don't. He couldn't laugh at that, or he could laugh at that. No, are you mad at me? She gets mad at me. She yells at me, Olivia. Can you tell her to take it easy? Anyway, that's it. Give it up for Olivia.
Everyone, please watch on YouTube.
Why is everyone so
instead.
nervous? Okay.
Nah, we're stealing your shit. Yeah, we're stealing your shit, Adam. That's right. Yeah.
Monica.
Oh, Amelia, sorry.
That's Amelia.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cut that. Okay. How you? Yeah, you're mayoring people older than you. Are you getting unked?
Okay, can you explain to me what does UNC stand for?
Uncle.
How the fuck does he not know that?
Someone told me it stood for uncool.
No,
It's uncle.
it's uncle.
All right.
You have old heads, unks, and OGs.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. You were unknown like a year ago.
Yeah.
He saw that fucking viral tweet that was on the timeline.
Yeah. I still don't know, and I don't want to know. In fact, I mean, you're perhaps one of the most famous people in America right now. I mean, it's weird. Is it weird?
Yeah.
How have you adjusted to that?
I think I try and spend as much time as possible with people I knew before
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. The
Yeah.
day ones.
the mayor-elect.
Yeah.
And I think the nice thing about being an assembly member is I was still working in politics, but I was also walking around my neighborhood like anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to
You went to the White House, okay?
I went to the White House. I was going to tell you I went to Dwayne Reed.
Oh yeah, did you see this? Why was Zohran hanging out with one of the most rich and powerful gamblers?
Oh yeah, no, I saw this.
This is so. Yeah, so that guy that was complaining about how he's depressed for wearing a mask, turns out he's one of the richest and most powerful gamblers in the U.S.
Caleb Pitts, lock him up.
That's so.
Get him
fucking-
out of here.
I can't believe people operate like this.
But
Okay.
both of them are true.
Okay,
Um,
let's start on the Dwayne Reed.
Okay, start on the Dwayne
Okay,
Reed.
yeah.
We went in there,
Yeah.
pick up something from the apartment.
Yeah.
This guy in front of us has a pack of condoms and breath mints. And he turns around and he goes, Mr. Mayor. And he looks at my wife and goes, Mrs. Mayor.
Uh-huh.
And that's our experience now at Dwayne Reed.
Yeah, and
That's life in Astoria.
the condoms had.
I don't know.
He was like, Mr. Mayor, I'm about to lose my virginity. Yeah.
He left it at
I would like you to know I'm about to become a man.
He just gave the titles.
What is this last year feel like? And what has the adjustment been like? Like,
I mean, it's. To be honest with you, I haven't spent all that much time reflecting on it.
You shouldn't.
Because it's so go, go, go.
you should just work a lot.
Yeah.
Have you checked the
You
Reddit?
sound like the inner voice.
Is there a Zohran Mamdani Reddit?
I don't know. Is there?
Probably. Don't check it though.
No.
Yeah, just don't read the comments.
No,
You'll
I
be
always
fine.
forget to put the extra /R when I'm like typing in the URL.
Don't,
so I
don't.
don't even.
What is it like? Like you go to the White House,
yeah.
right? You take a selfie on a plane,
Yeah.
no caption. That is like Drake vibes a little bit.
Hit the emoji though.
You hit the emoji.
Come on. You know
What
where
do
I
you
was
think about the
going.
plane? What do you think? What's the game plan there?
Honestly, I knocked out on the plane.
You slept.
Slept.
It's a 30-minute flight. I mean, you looked a little bit like. That was the joke on the internet. I don't know if I can make these jokes. You
Make
look a
'em.
little bit like you took you hit nothing.
You can say it.
You look a little bit like you hit the edible before the flight.
Why
didn't
would you
know
say
it was
that?
30 minutes. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I know. I don't know. I apologize. You walk in like, did he give you a tour of the White
good.
House?
He gave me a tour of
What was the weirdest thing he showed you?
the Oval Office and the Cabinet Room. What's that?
He had to have shown you something.
Um,
One thing weird.
I mean, he showed me the portraits of all the presidents in the Cabinet Room.
Yeah, he saved the FDR for you.
The FDR was beautiful.
It was really nice.
And we talked about FDR for a little bit. And honestly, you don't have the LaGuardia record if you don't have FDR.
Yeah.
But we talked about that. I walked in. First you get there, and it's just you alone, and there are two people like guiding you through to get to the Oval Office. And they're like, they want you to see this room and that room. And then I sit down, waiting for the time of the meeting, And in front of me are like all these different coffee table books, and one of them is UFC at the White House.
Oh yeah, he's bringing it there, right?
I had no idea, but I was
Yeah, in the rose.
flipping through that.
Yeah. And so you saw like guys fighting each other?
No, it was just a
What was it? UFC? It was
visualization
of
like what the
yeah, the octagon is.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be.
gonna look like
Yeah.
on
Are
the
you
lawn.
gonna go?
no.
Are you? Can I ask you a question? Like, how did you not laugh?
When the 135.
How did you keep the face during the press
Oh,
conference?
dude.
Because we were all dying, and I'm like, my boy Zohran was like just straight face. He said, "Just tell him yes." Yeah. How did you keep that face?
Honestly, I was just thinking about New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the whole time I was trying to think about the difference between if you have a White House that is working towards an affordability agenda or one that's making it harder to live in the city.
Yeah.
That's kind of what kept.
Do you feel
Coming to the
like
mind.
as if you know, the president sees your popularity? You know, he loves the ratings. Ton of reporters. He sees it. He's, I think, handsome. I think he thought
Thank you.
handsome. Did you ever eyes up here, Mr. President? You were elected because you were trusted on your policies for affordability. Do you think he's maybe a little bit trying to like swagger Jack a little bit?
Oh yeah.
You know, I actually think there are a lot of places of disagreement with the
Yeah.
president. I think one of the things that was remarkable to me is I told him that, you know, our campaign started on October 23rd of last year, but the moment when a lot of people, or not a lot of people, some people started paying attention was after he won the presidency. We did the video on Fordham Road, Hillside Avenue.
Yeah.
We talked to Trump voters and we asked them why they voted for him. And it just went back to cost of living and it went back to cheaper groceries. Yeah.
Okay, the first 17 minutes was like real, and now he's back to politician mode. Immediately, he just like locked in.
I mean, Adam asked the question, like he like immediately brought it to the White House
Yeah.
and did ask him. the
Now
que-
he's just hitting the this is the same response he gave on MSNBC basically.
And that was a lot
Yeah.
of our campaign.
And he liked that it was 1 in 10, right? That's like he
Yeah,
liked.
1 in 10.
He liked.
Did you see the guy who has the MAGA from Mamdani hat?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he did the
How'd that feel?
MAGA from
Kind
Mamdani
of
hat?
badass.
It was wild. I remember
Yeah.
I was going to step on, I sound like such a postulist, everything is we. I was going to step on the stage
Yeah.
at Forest Hills where we were doing our rally.
Did you think it was a prank?
Well, I had a member of the NYPD pull me aside and they're like, I just want you to know that there is a man in your line of sight with a red MAGA hat. We checked and he's actually sincerely here for the rally.
Oh, nice. So you really had to bring it. You had to do a
Sorry,
Trump-style
that's
rally
so-
for him.
He is
That's
not
awesome.
He's not there to kill you.
We inspected the chud and found that he's actually for you, sir.
Yeah, no, we asked him questions about affordability.
We tactically ascertained that
Yeah.
he has begun to see the light of Marxism Leninism.
How do you check that? You're like, what do you think about fast and
Sir,
free
spread
buses?
your legs, bend over. Like I don't know, like
You had to really do.
fucking-
No, they were inspecting him. I'm telling you, they were asking him about his opinion on free childcare.
You had to do YMCA. You know, this guy's accustomed to some wild rallies. This guy's accustomed to a stadium full of.
Yeah, it was just me and
Yeah.
El Bizgar Church.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
somebody from MTV Lebanon.
did you expect him to like you as much as he did?
I was trying to prepare for a lot of different situations.
I know. It's like when you're on that plane taking that selfie. I mean, that could have gone any. That could have gone in any direction. I mean, like, did that feel best case scenario, or like, were you like?
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly felt like the most productive meeting we could have had.
Yeah.
I mean, a meeting where we talked about ULERP, we talked about, you know, groceries, Con Ed, rent, childcare. That feels like the best meeting you could have.
Yeah. Were Eric or Donald Jr. there?
No, it was.
Did you worry that like to see that was maybe difficult for them?
No, I wasn't thinking about that.
Maybe it's like the hang has just been so bad. This cool guy came, and he's like, now I have to go back to these guys. Did he say, can you sleep over? Did he come up to New York and see you?
He didn't ask me that.
Oh man. I mean, it was one of the most surreal things we've ever seen as Americans.
Robin Van Persie against Charlton, baby.
What's the score?
3-1.
Fuck! Who
Who
scored?
scored?
Richarlison from halfway line.
Oh,
What?
did he do the pigeon? From
Wait,
halfway line?
Nah, dude, he was being weird about it.
He scored from the halfway line?
Yeah, he chipped Ryan.
What? It was off his line?
Yeah, it wasn't Ryan's fault. It was honestly just a great play from him.
Why would you say that?
Because they're not a threat.
They're not a
That's
threat.
famous last
3-1.
words. What's this time?
Okay.
73rd.
What time is it right now?
why would you?
74th.
Why would you say that? It
What
was
time
really
is
good.
it?
Did you watch the 4-4 Arsenal Newcastle?
Yeah, we talked about it, dude. It was the worst day of my life. This is an interesting moment for us because we have like an opportunity to have like a snapshot of you after an historic election and prior to the assumption of one of the most powerful positions in America.
Co-host of the show.
Co-host of the Adam Friedland show.
Yeah.
What made you run for mayor? Like, what made you decide to run for mayor?
I think one of the things was that I was very frustrated with the fact that Eric Adams, who was at that point running for re-election, was making it more expensive to live in New York City in clear ways that he had direct control over, and then pretending like he was just a bystander. He would write a letter in support of Con Ed when they wanted to increase gas and electric by more than $60 a month. He would raise the rent more than 12%. He would increase the water bill. He would.
But like the conditions for you,
I mean, for me,
you're like, this is the time I'm gonna run for mayor.
I think the thinking was that I wanted to make a case specific about cost of living.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who looked at kind of the swing of our politics and thought that the only way to beat someone heading towards the right is to head towards the right yourself.
And you felt like you were gonna win?
I felt like I had a 3% chance of winning.
Yeah.
And that's probably giving me an extra 2
crazy.
points.
Was there someone that you spoke to who said don't run?
Oh, tons.
Tons. Did your girl say that?
No, my wife.
Your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still your girl. She's always gonna be your girl. Your wife, she said run?
She was down for it.
So
that was the final decision that we had.
You're allowed, yeah. Is she mad at you for working so much?
No,
She gets on
lovely.
you? She is a little bit.
She what?
Is she a little bit? She gets, no, but it's annoying for her a little bit.
She
lets you work so much? Mine
This is all permission given.
Mine doesn't.
No, but I think, like, to be honest with you, it's...
What work does he do?
Well, you know, he's
oh
like,
man,
if you
one fucking podcast a week at most.
I like listen.
No, mine. Oh, I can't, guys. I can't do.
Have you
Patreon.
ever seen All the President's Men? It's a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can't do Patreon exclusives because my girl won't let me. Sorry. That's what it is.
To meet someone in one stage of your life, and then to have your life and their life transform. Yeah. What it also just like the level of love and support it takes from someone. Yeah. I mean, I would not be able to do this without her.
She gets mad at you for working too much.
That's not what I said.
I feel like I looked into your eyes. I see a fellow brother. What was the moment you knew you'd win?
For the primary?
No, the primary and the general, I suppose.
I got 2 questions. You know, there isn't like a single moment.
Yeah.
There is, the funny thing to me is that in both of the elections, from 6 to 9 p.m., I thought I was going to lose of election day.
Because there was like bad like exit polling?
In the general, there was a rumor at around 6 o'clock that there were 2 major news networks that had bad exit polls and that showed Cuomo with an advantage.
He started that rumor?
Who knows, man? I mean, definitely worked. Ruined my night. Ruined my night. Primary, I remember Kevin.
This podcast host kind of sucks. That's crazy. That's the millennial. That's the millennial Bill Maher you're speaking on. Okay, put some respect on it, chatter.
Kevin Elkins.
How did you fall for that?
I'm such a mark of this stuff. Kevin Elkins, who was working on Cuomo's campaign, put out a tweet like, I guess the most important things that everybody had.
I was a little worried about the exit polls as well. Give me a fucking break, all right? There were a bunch of exit polls that did not look good for Zohran. It's true.
Fun. And I was like, oh man, this means they know they're gonna win. And he's saying that to us.
He's in a room full of 4 guys as the election night party. You're in a stadium. You're in a stadium in front of a Dory fan. I think you should have looked around.
Yeah, but never. I mean, this is like, you know, being an Arsenal fan.
It's the hope that kills you.
It's never done until.
That meant so much to me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? You cannot count it.
It's a reminder that you're gonna die one day. It's like you think that once anytime you think something good's gonna happen, it just goes away.
You have to hold.
I think it's made us better people, though.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to deal with disappointment for decades.
I think if we were like Real Madrid fans, we'd be like cheating on our taxes. We'd be like, I'm gonna live forever. We have affairs, multiple families.
Create a retractable roof.
I think for us, we're like, it's gonna all go away. So I have to like take advantage of the time I have. It means nothing to these people. Okay.
Wait, what's the
4-1 as a hat trick.
Let's fucking go. Sorry for cursing. 4-1?
Sorry to me.
Wow. Hey guys, we want to thank Lucy. Lucy can be
guy.
My gift is become the good 100 call. Upload the photo tag. 40 by WHAR Black Friday. Support this guy.
Oh my god, how many fucking ads does he have?
Enjoy it off org account.
Filled to the fucking gills with this. Jesus Christ.
50% off your first year at monarch.com. Code TAFS. This has become a national news story, right? And it's a crappy time. You've made a lot of people feel like inspired. Municipal politics and is obviously messy, right?
Yeah.
What balance in your team that you're building right now do you have between the guys that know just the mud, and then the guys that have the vision?
I think it's looking to combine that in everybody, and I think it's tough because sometimes the more fluency and experience you have in government, the less imagination you have as to what government could be, because you've had to deal with its failures for decades.
You've been in the cigar rooms,
And I think we've made a few appointments so far. The first appointment to me, Dean Foulahan, who's the first deputy mayor. I appointed him, and El Bisgard Church is my chief of staff. El is somebody I've known since I've been in office. So I hired her as my chief of staff when I was in the assembly, which
she's been with you,
from the jump, and she's incredible. And Dean is somebody who'd been in government for 47 years. And he'd worked as a first deputy mayor before, he'd worked as the head of the budget before, he worked in Albany. And the thing that I love about him is that he's worked through all of that. And still, his orientation is, how do we make a no into a how when it comes to any political problem? And that's, a lot of people lose that the longer they work in government.
Do you remember the night Obama won? Do you remember how what it felt like? We're America is different now. You feel like, to me, the first generational talent that's come out of the progressive side of politics. But what we saw was he wasn't prepared, that the popularity didn't translate to legislative success. Did you take any notes?
Adam Friedland is also one of the few people with this orientation that will ask this question to Zohran Mamdani, I think. Because no one on MSNBC is going to have this kind of perspective on Obama. Fair is fair. As far as Obama promising a lot, being a generationally charismatic, generationally talented Democratic president who then also failed to deliver on a lot of his promises.
Yeah, because a lot of how Zoran's positioned him, they set up that org. I forget the
Obama for America, but for Zohran.
Right. But the idea is that Organizing for America, which was the Obama organization, which was set up, that was essentially this, the organizing operation that helped him get elected in 2008. Once he got into office, he more or less shut it down outside of the context of the OFA set up for the 2012 election.
Zoe Bungler. But I do think that it's what's so funny, and I agree with you that Adam is a lot of outside of podcasters or journalists, somebody like Ryan Grimm, let's say, who's conscious or David Dayen, people who are conscious of this narrative. And are conscious that people, it's how people in of our generation exactly think about this stuff would think to ask it. But I think Zohran and his people have explicitly, whether or not they succeed at it is a totally different question. But it seems to me that they're also that is, it's a generation thing. Adam's right to frame it that way. Clearly it's on their minds as well. How do we not blow the fact that people are enthusiastic and want to do stuff? Yeah.
From that, did you learn from that? I'm trying to draw a parallel here.
No, I think the thing, the next challenge now is fulfilling the agenda.
Yeah.
Right. This excitement, inspiration, this hope, it will carry us through the beginning of the work, and then you have to start to deliver on the work. And I think that is actually what makes me excited, is that I actually see a path on each of the 3 key agenda points. And every time you win one of them, it validates people for believing. Because there are a lot of people who, they don't know if they should give themselves permission to hope again because of how many times they've been disappointed. And you have to prove that they were right to believe. You have to give them, if we spent an entire campaign talking about freezing the rent for rent stabilized tenants, fast and free buses, universal childcare, the urgency of starting to deliver on that it's what makes people understand that they were right to demand more.
But is there a balance that you have to strike? Do you have to like those
Good take.
people that believe in you? Do you feel like there's a necessity to kind of inoculate them to understand it's not going to be overnight, right?
Yeah, and I think
right,
you have to be honest about a timeline and that I'm not going to tell anyone in the first 100 days we're achieving these 3 things.
Yeah.
But they have to be able to see that you are working towards it and that you can actually deliver it while you're the mayor. And that's like I've been a legislator, and the legislature, it's an incredible place for where you can craft bill ideas, vote on them, debate on them. So much of whether or not they succeed has to do with whether the executive wants to implement them.
Yeah.
Or you could pass it through both houses, and if you have when I first came into Albany, Cuomo was the governor.
Yeah.
And you knew that the implementation of the law, it could be completely different than what you intended. And now I will be the executive in New York City.
Yeah.
And that's also what gives me so much hope, is that you have the ability to follow through on so much of this. And we've been told again and again what politicians can't do. It's really what they won't do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here on the Adam Friedland Show.
Yeah, thank you. There are plenty of ways they can fuck with you, right? Right? Like, and it's not only City Hall, it's like, but it's, Albany, it's DC, and it's like, it's you going out to see the president, like, showing face and showing abs, maybe? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did in that room. Yeah. Are there contingencies in place? Are you prepared for the fight? Because they're going to try to fuck with you.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be ready for it.
It's the worst job that you have.
I don't think it's the worst job.
Why are you doing this?
Because you get to represent New York
No,
City.
it's the worst job. You get booed everywhere you go.
Look at they're matching each other in
I used to get booed anyway.
I saw De Blasio get booed at a Paul Simon concert.
No.
And it was like
Did you really?
Get a fucking
How are you
room.
still discussing Mamdani? I don't know. Maybe because our friend Adam Friedland is interviewing him finally. This is a podcast that Noah's also been a producer on as well. That's part of the reason. I had moved on from the Mamdani segment in the morning.
Our parent family, they're like, go fuck yourself. I was like, what? It's the mayor. He has to get booed. I mean, no, really, what it is.
I mean, but like that's also what I love about, like, to be a New Yorker, you're gonna hear a lot of people's opinions. Like, I went to the Wu-Tang concert a few months ago.
You got booed?
Well,
No.
most of the reception is like great. People are like cheering, waving. They want photos, and this one guy's like, "Yo, come take a photo with me." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, dog?" And as soon as we take the photo, he pulls out the selfie, and then he just flips me off in the selfie.
That's funny.
And I'm like, respect. Like,
He's doing a bit though. Yeah, he likes you. I do that to my friends all the time.
yeah.
No, it's
So you
not,
show
it's not
love?
that. It's what it is that it's a slog. I mean,
It is
it's-
definitely a slog.
you have to do it your way, I assume.
I think
Yeah.
a big part of it is you have to keep yourself through it all. And you have to balance between the demands of what the city will require from you and how you don't lose yourself in the process of it.
Yeah.
When I started in local politics, the first organization that I joined was the Muslim Democratic Club of New York. And one of the founders, her name is Alia Latif, she gave me this advice of whatever you do, make sure you can recognize yourself in the mirror at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of how I'm thinking about this, that work as hard as I can and do so to fulfill the vision we've had, not to comport yourself for a box that's being created.
I met Lena Khan. She was on the show.
She's great.
Quick, just
Yeah.
4-minute warning.
4-minute warning. And
Can we get a score update?
4-1. It's domination.
it's domination.
I don't know what else to call it, man.
It's
Did you ever watch the Fox?
HasanAbi, stop being parasocial. Just because you watch Cumtown doesn't mean they are all our friends. It's by far my least favorite bit. Wrap it up. You're right. I don't know Adam Friedland, and I hate him. You're right.
It's kind of funny to do you're being parasocial to the Twitch streamer that you watch.
I'm being parasocial.
Sorry,
You're right.
It's really funny.
I should stop being parasocial about
Yo, chill.
Adam. I will not be
Yo,
calling
stop
him.
it. When you talk about FaZe Banks like that, you don't know him.
Yeah.
Dude.
I do phase up though every day.
Soccer Channel commercials?
No.
They used to have the EPL.
Yeah.
It'd just be like long commercials of Drogba.
Oh my! Don't
Just descriptions
We
of
have
they say,
that's-
Planet of a Man.
that's the-
Didier Drogba.
That's the nightmares we have.
The nightmare I have is Didier Drogba
He
bullying the
made
defense.
Senderos cry. Do you know?
Michael Essien's goal.
I guess when I met Lena Khan, she was on the show,
Sorry, yeah.
and like she's perhaps one of the most impressive
She's
people
incredible.
I've ever met. And when I heard she was part of the transition team, I was like, oh, he's got it. I mean, I genuinely, I asked her if she's ever
clean.
lied, and she said, well, maybe in elementary school. And I think that was true. I think it was true. What was really effective was that she communicated antitrust laws and like this complex stuff in a very clear and concise way.
Yeah.
And sometimes progressives feel like snobs when they're talking to people.
I remember, when I was running for state assembly, we put together our first palm card.
Yeah.
And I thought it was absolutely fire.
Yeah.
And I remember giving it to a friend of mine, Kara McCurdy, who is a great photographer. And she read it and she was like, what do these words mean?
Yeah.
Because so much of the time,
She literally lied to you on stream. Okay, yeah, obviously it was on camera.
it feels like we're just speaking to ourselves.
I mean, I think that's one thing that is going to be important is like just communicating not above people's heads.
Just actually speaking with them.
With people.
And I think that's the point is to bring people in to politics, not to condescend to them as to why they're not already there.
Yeah.
And it's also just much easier being yourself.
Yeah.
When you're speaking to people and
You're going to get old, you think? Your face?
brother,
You see them always, yeah. You're going bald already?
what do you mean already? I've been going bald.
What are you doing for it?
I worry.
No, you
Did you do anything? Did you do like minoxidil?
We could go to Turkey.
I gave him that tip, by the way. In our first conversation, I was like, "Listen, I was also balding, and I started doing finasteride and minoxidil."
That's
You go
one
to
place
Turkey,
I'm
I'll get
not going
I
right
go
now.
rhinoplasty, you go hair. Oh, you
Why
can't
do
go.
you need?
Yeah.
You look great.
Adam, we got a wrap.
Okay, last question.
This is just
when
gonna
I
be
saw
that.
when I spoke to Lena, she said one thing that stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I said, like, the most powerful companies in the world, the most powerful people in the world, like, are pissed at you. She had like hundreds of op-eds in newspapers. No one knew what the fuck the FTC was, and her response to me was very impressive. It was like, she said, like, I said, did you ever clap back or anything? She looked like confused, and she was like, no, I just have to, like, I don't know, like, win the lawsuit.
Let the work speak for itself.
If you're getting pummeled in the press, like, how are you gonna keep your horse blinders on and just focus on the agenda? You know?
I think you have to both be responsive, but I think she's right. There's two things she said about that experience that have really stayed with me. The first is that you always have to remember that the opinions that you're hearing, that especially from the wealthy and the powerful, they will always be amplified in a way that working people's are not.
Yeah.
And if you remember that context, you take that seriously, and you also don't think of it as surround sound in the way that it feels.
Yeah.
And part of that means getting out of the office, getting actually into New York City, speaking to people, asking them what they're thinking about, what they're worried about. And then the other thing is that every time you win in your agenda, it proves that people are right to believe in that agenda in the first place.
Yeah.
And you have to both be able to respond to this and never let it distract you from the work that you're supposed to be doing. Because if she wins that lawsuit, then that's the proof. And if we deliver on this agenda, that's the proof. And I mean, Bernie talks about the thing that people are afraid of is that the power of example.
Yeah.
That's what people are fearing. Not that we won't get it done, but that we will.
Can you text him? Get him on the show.
I don't have my phones on me.
You have his number though? You should.
He's such a fucking cloud hound, dude.
No, I got a text.
That's
Oh
great.
shit.
I gotta give me the second time.
Shit.
It's just in right again.
Yes, Zohran. How
No!
I don't know if you
No!
and this hair and the tash, but
Hold on.
Adam
Look how
I
handsome.
gotta go for the beginning.
Look how handsome
told me
he is.
together. Yes, Zohran. How are you?
We
my
gotta go
friend?
Betsy's
I
now.
don't know if you recognize me with this badge and this hair and the
It's so
tash,
cute.
but
We love
Adam told
Hector.
me that you guys were gonna watch the
He's so
derby
stylish.
together.
We're not.
You're right. You did tell him about minoxidil. Yeah.
So, you know, I have all these trolls who'll hit me and they'll be like, are you just mad because you're male pattern baldness? I'm like, damn.
What, you got issues with that?
I don't think it's there yet. But definitely, like, when people say, like, racist stuff or the baldness stuff gets me. The racist stuff, I'm like,
stuff,
okay, you know.
I mean, I got it
feel
because
that.
you told me to.
Yeah, that's what I use.
What is finesse?
It's
See, I told you. I fucking introduced his ass to minoxidil and finasteride.
It's the only FDA. It's
Finasteride?
It's for prostate cancer.
Finasteride.
It's for prostate cancer originally, but it is the only FDA-approved drug, as far as I know, that you can take that stops nail pattern baldness.
You're not even looking at him.
Finasteride and
He's like,
minoxidil.
Damn, I just worry about this stuff. I don't do anything.
Yeah, the more you worry about it, the worse it'll get.
You think that's true?
and then he just said, "I worry about it." Adam asked him, "What do you do?" And he says, "I worry about it."
I have an uncle who swore to me that if you touch a certain part of your beard, it'll grow more than if you don't touch the other part.
He
of your
also talked about Turkey, going to Turkey. I mean, we joked about going to Turkey for transplants.
Oh yeah, you're a eater. You're a feeder and an eater. You're a real ass eater.
Maybe you could have arranged those words.
Wait, no, this is not. This is not the right.
Real ass. Yeah, that's a
No,
song
that's a
calling
classic.
the mayor of New York City an
I didn't mean it like that.
That's not.
Yo,
That's not what we were looking
Thank
for.
you, chat. Thank you, chatter. Whoever sent that.
Yeah.
That was your good deed of the day.
Arsenal supporters are untrustworthy. I don't know enough about footy to give you a yes or no on this. I pulled that bait 3 weeks ago. Yeah, he's an ass eater. He's right about the beard.
Did it work? Did you touch your beard? Because your beard's
I
gone.
haven't done it, but he said that he did it and it did work. So that's what I'm also hoping. I just keep touching like right here, hoping that it'll just stimulate growth.
I got you.
Thank you.
I got something for you. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Gooner has a bad connotation for a long time. Yeah, I did crack jokes about flying to Turkey. That's real. We did do that. But anyway, let's finish this up.
maybe
Video before, after, or at halftime, but I'm sure that we're winning somehow. Also,
I
wanted to
DM'd
say,
everyone
I
on
always have
Instagram.
this theory that being an Arsenal fan is heavily linked with being a fucking cool person. That my theory is really truly standing right now. Huge congratulations.
It's like when
Very proud.
Aiden Ross gave Trump a Tesla.
It's
I just
amazing what you do. Even here in Spain, we feel the energy of what's happened.
love
it's
this
truly
guy.
needed.
I love him so much too. He was
New York
rapping.
City needs right now, what the world needs right now, and
The amount of people that came up to me in Hong Kong about Zohran Mamdani was insane.
Really?
Yeah. I was genuinely shocked at how many fans I have, like how many Chinese fans I have straight up in mainland China. Because there were mad people that would show up when we were live streaming. And there was even one that said I pulled him out of the alt-right pipeline. I was thinking to myself, like,
In China?
yes. And I was like, oh, so you must have gone to college in America or something. He's like, no, born and raised Chinese. I was like, God damn, you got to fucking fix the goddamn firewall, brother. There's an alt-right pipeline in China that's unacceptable.
Yeah, man, that is a pretty big hole in the fence.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there were also hella people that came up to me in Hong Kong being like, the Zohran interview that you did was so amazing. Like I couldn't believe how many people were tapped in Hong Kong. It makes more sense for Hong Kong, obviously. But there were people being like, we need a Zohran style candidate here.
Nice to meet you.
Big fan.
Big
I've
fan
been
of
since COVID, and thank you for keeping out the all-right pipeline.
Bro, they got the all-right pipeline out here. Or
Yeah,
you live out here, or you?
Yeah, born and raised.
That's crazy. Holy, American brain rot is so severe. That's insane. Here, I'm gonna be honest. No more VPNs. They need to cut it out. No,
You need to cut off internet access to
Yeah, they
America?
need to cut off internet
Put the
access to
firewall
America.
up.
Nope, put it up. Put it up. That's crazy. I mean, it's cool that like a lot of people, get to watch me, but that is crazy.
This is James.
Nice to meet you.
No, maybe don't fix it if you're actually the one that pulled him out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's for, he pulled the one
It's
guy
for
out.
the safety. It's for the safety of all Chinese. Okay, the next generation of Chinese to not have to encounter any American brain rot, in my opinion. Yeah, Top G needs to fix this. Okay, 1.4 billion people. Anyway, there was but yeah, the China trip was amazing, dude. It was so fucking awesome.
I'm jealous, man.
It was so It was so amazing. It was everything that I like. It was basically seeing everything that I have talked about in action, like high speed rail, insane development. Going from mainland China to Hong Kong was like going through a time chamber, basically. Like I time traveled back into the past after, because like I that was actually kind of shocking to me, because I would assume that like Hong Kong also continued developing, considering that it's like, you know, supposed to be this like Western enclave, right? It's a Western outpost, but it straight up is backwards in comparison to mainland China, at least the cities that I went to. It was beautiful. Hong Kong was beautiful. It was very cool. It was very nice, but it blew my mind, the difference between like Chengdu and Chongqing. I would also say that like the people in mainland China, super fucking super duper welcoming, as opposed to dudes people in Hong Kong were like very rowdy.
Well, those are like kind of also, I mean, at least like in Hong Kong's case, like separate, like even like prior to like the rise of the Chinese Communist Party or the Civil War, like that was Hong Kong's reputation as kind of like a wild frontier merchant city. But listen, man, I buy it based on both what you posted and what friends who've been to both places say. I mean, what was when you went to Hong Kong?
Look at this motherfucker still saying tofu Drake buildings are ripe in China, bro. Yeah, dude, totally. I stayed in all the tofu Drake buildings. Let me tell you, okay? Shit was bomb. What were you saying? Sorry.
Well, the like when you went to Hong Kong, like you just trained it from where did you go from? Because you had to miss Shenzhen, right?
Yeah. The group didn't want to go to Shenzhen, and they were like, we travel too much. So I was like, all right, fine. We'll just go to Hong Kong instead of Shenzhen, and I'll go do a day trip to Shenzhen, because Shenzhen is 15 minutes out from Hong Kong.
Next to it.
Yeah. And I was the only one in the group that wasn't able to get back in. I didn't know the one country, two systems is still in effect, because like all the, you know, free Hong Kong protests and stuff, I thought that, you know, it just, China had completely...
well, the visa will be the last thing to change.
Yeah, they just straight up... I don't see him.
Want me to check?
No, hold on. Anyway, he's what was I gonna fucking say? No, he's not at the door. Yeah, Shenzhen is it was gonna be like a day trip. But I didn't realize that you need immigration. Like you technically are leaving mainland China in the eyes of the state if you go to Hong Kong. And they only had a 1 day. They only had a 1 day visa. Or single entry visa for me. I was the only person in the group that got a single entry visa. So I wasn't even able to go to Shenzhen. And I had all this stuff going on in Shenzhen where I was supposed to get on a flying car, go to one of the factories. And I was not able to do any of that stuff.
Next trip.
Yeah, but it's all good, you know? Yeah, save more for the next trip.
Next trip, we're putting you in those like convertibles that can also become speedboats.
Yeah. Exactly. You probably had to take them to Hong Kong to teach them they don't want to go back. Yeah, I mean it was still
Hong Kong's
fun.
Awesome.
Shenzhen, yeah, people say is boring anyway. Like they, so I get that. Thank you. I get that part that is like people were like, I get why someone who hasn't encountered any of that stuff would want to not go there. But it was a long ass trip. Yeah, I'm glad we went to all the cities. Chengdu, Chongqing, Shanghai, Beijing. The Beijing portion of I think this is yours.
Bueno.
The Beijing portion of the broadcast also was like, it was a little bit too boring for the rest of the group, I think. But yeah, we needed to spend more time in Shanghai too. Like we didn't get to spend enough time in Shanghai. I can't believe there's still motherfuckers who do this. Look, didn't want to see the suicide nets at Foxconn. Like, keep coping, chatter.
Didn't want to see the suicide.
Yeah, keep coping. Oh shit, we don't have a
what silverware?
Yeah, hold on. Hey, can you give me silverware? Thank you. Oh no, but here.
Thank you.
I was just joking. Oh, all right. Sure.
I mean, that is like probably that is like in the CIA official copy pasta handbook.
Yeah, no, the dude, people
for
thought,
the CIA.
People thought even like non-haters thought that I was doing a paid trip. Like they thought I was doing a sponsored trip by the government or something to China.
I definitely saw some editors from Tablet or something saying stuff
I
to that
wish,
effect.
dude. I fucking wish, brother. Oh my god, I wish I had motion like that. That would be so sick. I couldn't even get back into the fucking country. I had a single entry visa. How the fuck does that work? The government was like a one and done. They were like, yeah, you can come in one time to do a propaganda tour of China. They tried to cancel you for going to the TCM clinic? Wait, what? Why? Yeah. Also, how does that work? I thought I was imprisoned by the Chi-Com. You know? Mad people initially, after the flag raising ceremony, everyone was like, oh, he's getting imprisoned. Oh, look at a socialist getting a taste of his medicine. You know? Socialists seeing real socialism in action. Oh, doesn't like it now. To actually, he's getting paid by the government.
Well,
going from the government arrested you to the government's paying for you.
I mean, that exact arc, not with the Chinese government necessarily, but that exact arc has happened before.
What? Going from being arrested by the government to being a sponsor?
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think that could be a fun arc for you.
Yeah. That's me.
Punished Hasan.
Dude, we'll actually get a 10-year. All of their visas are 10-year tourism visas. If you get, I don't think it's a 10-year though. It's like a 2-year or something. But they have tourism visas. Mine was a single entry for 2 years. So once you enter once, it burns. But I'm gonna get another one when I go back.
You should also see. I mean, Vietnam would be interesting.
Yeah, I really want to go to Vietnam. Yeah,
I mean, Vietnam is awesome. I love Vietnam. Love Cambodia. But I would be really curious to get your impression, like how you would compare the two, because the countries resemble each other in a lot of ways, but there are, from my understanding, like some substantial differences in like how they feel and what the like. I mean, one of the things something that I experienced in Vietnam that was very disorienting for me was going from the center of Ho Chi Minh City to then, villages that looked more or less like how they did 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously there are like some differences in terms of like roads or whatever, but life looks a lot similar. And it's just so close to like a kind of like human density, like the distance between the two, like how little it was, just like a few miles.
I think that's how it is with China too, though.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like it blew me away.
As soon as you leave the cities, as soon as you leave like the tier 1 cities, when you're on the train and you look outside, you see that, like, you see at the precipice of the tier 1 cities, you see like a clear-cut difference in modernity. From what I understand, even with like even with like rural parts of China, they have definitely done. Have Noah confirmed that Vietnam has the hammer and sickle everywhere, unlike China? Do they have the communist symbols everywhere in Vietnam?
I mean, you see like, I remember seeing party iconography and stuff, but like, yeah, I mean, but like in the context of like development programs, like not, I mean, and like the way that like land, like that I can tell development hands there and like land, I guess like not auctions, but like you can see how they announce communities and how they position it as like parts of this, like how they brand these initiatives as part of the state, like, and the Communist Party of Vietnam is there. But also, I think when I went to Vietnam, it's like it's at a time of some transition, and like when we went in the regions we went to as well, it was also like a lot of like I mean, it was like a lot of the most like the things with most iconography in them, the things with like the most number of like hammer and sickle or even Vietnamese flags, were the sites that we saw tied to like commemorating like massacres of Vietnamese people or sites of conflict from the American War. But I mean, in Ho Chi Minh City, and I mean, it's not like, or even Hanoi. I mean, Hanoi is the capital. Definitely, you see more of it for sure. But even there, like these are kind of like tourist districts and very developed, and it's just not that present. Hanoi is cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just had a huge celebration that makes total sense, where you would see like in Vietnam a commemoration of the end of the war and the unification.
Yeah.
A major defense parade.
Has no one seen this brain rot? Which have you seen this?
Oh, well, I know the Charlie Kirk song, and I know what Osu is, so I can figure out what's going on. This is brutal.
Yeah, I really do want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Singapore. I want to go to Thailand. And I definitely want to go back to China. You've never been, right?
No, I really want to go.
It's fucking sick.
It's definitely number one on my list of places I want to go to.
If you're a Western leftist who's not like immediately anti-China, it's basically proof that you get to see the proof in real time of like the successes of central planning, the success of like competent governance, and how much broader you can spread your money around when you are actually interested in doing public investments.
I mean, the infrastructure stuff just seems like that's one of the things that I like, because it's also not just like China. Like when I was in college, I had a professor who liked to tell a story about how he had a grad student who worked with him who I think was from like Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And one day this grad student came in and was like, I need you to explain something to me. He was all right. What you need to know? He said, I don't understand transportation. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm from Chile. Like our country, is like free market miracle, whatever reform, but like it's substantially poorer than the United States. And like getting around is not as like fraught or bizarre relative to how wealthy we are as it is for you guys. Like it's a total fucking mess. And this is like obvious. And I think for a lot of people, like European train systems were probably like the positive point of comparison that people would have made, right? But now there's something that's even, like far beyond even that just is like, that is like the future we never got. At least in that, dimension of it in transit. So yes, I would like to see the future. I would like to see the future that was denied us because we needed to have Hummers.
Yeah, you will come back insanely pissed off. Like, even if you have no positive feelings towards China at all in your heart, okay? If you go to mainland China, you visit mainland China, you are going to come back so fucking mad because it is impossible not to fucking compare. It is impossible not to fucking compare like what America has not done. It just immediately exposes how shitty our government is in comparison. Straight up. There's no other way to look at that situation. You're like, how the fuck did these guys do this shit? And they have much less money than we do. We're the wealthiest nation on the fucking planet. How are we not doing any of the basic amenities, basic services this government is able to offer? Anyway. But yeah. Every day, I lit up the Rand Foundation and all the fucking Heritage Foundation dipshits apparently. They were very, very upset at the China trip that I did. The Rand Corporation, whatever it's called. They were consistently fucking talking about it. Consistently talking about
China's foreign,
how I was doing propaganda for China and how it was unacceptable. Apparently, including the thing that I posted. Where's the Drew Pavlov tweet, chatters? I mean, he was the number one like angry person. I don't even know how I
mean, his life sucks. Yours rocks. That one's not hard.
I can't even see his shit because I fucking blocked his ass. So I can't.
So annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was funny. Literally burn in hell, Hasan.
Oh man, no, that's
Do you
awesome.
think he
Sorry.
thinks this is a real
Yeah,
photo?
yes, he does. And then but then somebody pointed out to him it's not real, and he's like, I don't care. He's like, it's actually, he's one of those guys who like he gets caught in the thing. And so he's like, that actually, because I could have believed it's real.
Yeah, this says a lot about you that I thought it was real.
Exactly.
I took one with Mao too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's he really thought that was real. God, he's stupid. He's stupid. Your face, dude. You look so happy.
I will.
Like you just oh well, that's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. People do agenda peace, but hate for you, yeah. I mean, the cope has changed though, and I think it's a testament to the success of China because the cope went from, oh, all their cities are fake, they're all ghost cities, to, oh, well, their tier 1 cities are really nice and much nicer than ours. But how about going to the rural areas? And I guess in the next 10 years, they're going to be like, okay, their rural areas are much nicer than our rural areas, but how about this or that? They need to find a new thing.
This remind one second.
What?
There's a thing with Rand in the news recently. I want to make sure before I like talk about it, I want to make sure I'm remembering it. Yeah, there like Rand recently. There's basically this like there's a recent Rand report that I think may have been pulled, but I'm not sure if it was pulled or not yet. Yeah, I was right. Rand withdraws report advising USA to rein in China rivalry. So while you were in China, becoming Chinese, Rand published this report that was essentially arguing that China, like the contemporary the existing American strategic outlook, right, is that China is not just a country minding its own business, whatever. It's that China is actively seeking to export both its ideology and to entrench its economic dominance around the globe by entering into exploitative to the point of usurious, quote unquote development deals with the third world and whomever. And they are also backing this up with like an increasingly expanding global military presence. And that all of this is, they can be called expansionist. And that's the American position, and kind of has been, really for like 15 to 20 years now, has been the position we slid toward and now have pretty firmly adopted since the Obama years. And this paper suggested, actually, what we mainly see in China is this, that's, you could call it a lot of different things, but it's not this expansionist impulse. Like, really, they're interested in like domestic expansion and improvement. Yes, see this. This
Rand have apparently now withdrawn for further review their extraordinary paper in which they advocated that the U.S. should accept coexistence with China, and in which they accused key influential figures like Kevin Rudd, Rush Doshi, and Matt Pottinger of systematically mistranslating key Chinese expressions to make China look more threatening and to favor a more negative view of China. I guess they must have ruffled a lot of feathers with that one.
So the paper. So I think that this is like it's obvious that this paper got pulled because of the politics of it. But you know, we are reaching kind of the end. Like again, you can like people can be critics of like Chinese policy in Inner Mongolia or Xinjiang or whatever. But the idea that those criticisms can scale up to the critique of China that China is trying to do an America, essentially that China is trying to do a United States, is just laughable. And I'm not really sure how you can do much besides this kind of shit, which is very Trump. I mean, obviously, I don't think Trump got this document pulled, although his administration certainly might have. But it's like to just be like, oh well, we'll pretend that the problem isn't real by yanking the papers. I mean, we'll see. I'm skeptical that like this grand strategic antagonism can be maintained anymore. I really don't think America even has the dog to like sustain the pretense for that many more years.
Yeah, I mean, not against China at least. So we'll just keep looking for smaller villains to fight. I mean, and therein lies like the aggressive posturing against Venezuela.
Iran.
Yeah. But I don't think we don't have any capacity to do this against China specifically.
And I think the U.S., there are going to be leaders who are going to come to the same conclusion as Nixon and others did, which is that it's a lot easier to have China in your corner. And they'll start to figure out what are the shared goals that we can have again with China. Like once upon a time that was countering the Soviet Union. So the question will be, what does the next generation of the American ruling elite view as the potential points of...
What do you mean? Cancel job report, inflation report, and now the GDP report. I'm sure it's all a coincidence and everything is fine. I think we're doing great. The American century of prosperity. If you don't know, I mean, this is literally the Trump approach to COVID. If you don't know what the numbers look like, then you're better off, right?
I guess.
It's better not to know.
It's just so goofy because I also don't believe, like we would know, there would be a lot of other like related or like adjacent measurements that would tell us if like, I don't know, like the economy's transmission broke and we're like about to go off a cliff or whatever. So there is like, a part of me does wonder is like, did they like break stuff during the shutdown? Like really, did they actually break a bunch of measurement stuff?
I mean, Scott Bessent literally said there's recession in parts of the country.
Right, which is just, but you, like anybody had been, like, they're managing attention with that. But what I mean is like, I don't think like,
oh, the complete collapse is imminent.
Yeah, like it was just like that's not what these numbers would tell us. But it does to me, like what I do wonder about is the extent to which, again, because there was some reporting to this effect that like, yeah, when we did the shutdown and they stopped the measurements then and stopped releasing data then in BLS or whatever, they like as a consequence, like they may have, done some permanent damage in the same way that like cutting off, scientific research funding before it was restored busted some shit that you can't fix or will take a long time. I don't know though if the economy is actually.
I mean, there's also this. The only reason we aren't technically in a recession right now is that 7 tech companies keep passing around an IOU $10 billion note, $10 billion note, and for some reason we're counting that as real. What do you mean? NVIDIA, OpenAI, Microsoft. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Are you not using AI?
Yeah, it's crazy that you think that that's not real.
It's crazy that you're not using AI. You should be using AI.
Yeah.
You can go back.
I can't do that, Dave.
Scott Bessent saying that the economy will improve towards the end of 2026. Oh, here we go.
To the non-inflationary growth. But look, we are working on this every day, and my prediction is that
I knew Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin was a friend of mine, and you, sir, are no Mnuchin.
It is curving down. And real income, the other side of that equation is real income growth, and we are going to see this from all this investment.
Would a $2,000 tariff dividend check going to people be inflationary?
Well, there are a lot of things that are going to happen next year.
Is that one of them?
And that could be one of them. And again, maybe we could persuade Americans to save that, because one of the things that's going to happen next year is the Trump accounts. Every child who was born from January 1st for the next 3 years is going to get a government account that goes into the stock market. So every American child born for the next 3 years, starting January 1st, is going to have that. They can take it out when
Here's
they're
my
18.
new line. Here's my new
I
thought.
love that.
Here's my new thought. I think that actually the Republican, like these group of Republicans are like a very like long-standing, like deep cover ML like sect. And what they figured out is how to speed run America into a reality where normies are going to want to take up guns against Republican elected politicians. Like that's what they figured out. They want people to be as mad as possible against Republican politicians.
Yeah, they want an armed revolution. They want to foment armed revolution, and they're just accelerating the contradictions. There's no other way to go about it. Yeah, no, these are the ML. This is ML orthodoxy. They're saying the welfare state only seeks to eradicate class consciousness by trying to avoid people from trying to force people not to recognize the contradictions that exist, and therefore you must abolish the welfare state so that you can foment socialist revolution in the country. That's what it is, I think. Or maybe the other thing where it's like they're so used to succeeding that they're just like, let's just rinse the stone for whatever remains to basically get as much.
Like literally the plan is to like one of their plans to fix the Obamacare subsidy stuff is that they're going to pay people. They're going to say, we will put the difference for, so if you downgrade your plan, so if you downgrade the quality of your plan, you go from like a silver level Obamacare plan to a bronze level Obamacare plan, they will take the difference in your premiums and put it into an HSA, a health savings account. It's like an untaxed account that you can use to spend money on health care. But like, remember, an HSA, like that money, if you got to use it and you got to plan ahead. So it's like, okay, you're coming up with this incredibly convoluted thing that people can do to somewhat offset the loss in the quality
like how
of
the
coverage.
Democrats would operate.
I mean, you're not far off, man. It's bizarre the fact that they picked this battle, like that they decided to like that they decided to take the shutdown fight over this, because it's like, okay, the Democrats, even with Chuck, Chuck Wimp Schumer deciding to let the Democrats or let that centrist renegade group tank the shutdown strategy, the consequence will be, and again, it's nothing to do with the politics or optics of the shutdown, but it's entirely about the fact that like people still do associate the shutdown with the Republicans in general, and they are going to blame what happens to healthcare costs on the Republicans. And I said, I just by November 2026,
in the interest of bipartisanship, maybe the Democrats will say, no, it's our fault the healthcare sucks.
Also, far from being impossible. That is absolutely.
They're gonna come out and be like, guys, listen, we fucked up. I know a lot of you think it's the Republicans' fault that your healthcare is ass, but it's actually us Democrats. We've been winning too much.
Yeah,
we want to make sure that you understand who's at blame here. It's us.
I did have a thought like a while ago that like Hakeem Jeffries was going to make a bid to bring back. He's actually we're to show how patriotic we are. And in a bid to rebrand the party, we're going to go back to the old name of the Democrat Party, which was the Democratic Republican Party, because they want to appeal to Republicans as well now. No, I do believe that's what they're going to end up like. They will find a way to not let the Republicans totally eat the L on this, just like that was the case with the shutdown.
Yeah. So speaking of eating L's, we got to talk about Zohran Mamdani's L, at least from your perspective. He did not want Chiose to run, and he actively came after him. And in the Meet the Press interview that he conducted this past Sunday, he was very quick to endorse Hakeem Jeffries as minority speaker, or majority speaker if the Democrats win the House. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think my first thought is that I think she handled not getting the DSA endorsement. Really, he's handled it very well.
Yeah.
There a lot of people have cast a lot of suspicion on him and his commitment to DSA, and the way he's acquitted himself afterwards has been really solid. I think that like Zohran is essentially making people like you and me feel or think, suppose that, you know, he's picking and choosing the battles. He says, listen, I'm not, you know, like I obviously just won a primary against an establishment figure, but going after Jeffries right now will make it more difficult for me to deliver on what I was elected to deliver on. Like, that's the simple, you know, pitch. And, you know, if it turns out, right, that like Chiasi not getting the Zohran blessing to get in the mix for a long shot primary bid is, you know, something that ends up being meaningful, then like, sure, like, all right, I'll wait that out, I suppose.
No, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah,
I don't think Hakeem Jeffries is in any way, shape, or form going to concede to Zohran's agenda.
Yeah, but
he will still present hurdles against it.
I agree with you that it's a mistake not to pursue a primary against Hakeem Jeffries. Full stop. I think that should happen, and that like Hakeem Jeffries should be primaried. I think there is, though, it's not just about Jeffries, and it's about all the other people who Zohran as like the head of a city, not as a legislator, not as a guy who's shaping legislation, but as like the executive of a city. Like, he has to go and trade horses. This is, you know, one of the things that people bring up. Why are you pursuing attacks against the leadership of the party that you're claiming to be in common cause with? And again, like, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I do personally. What I feel is mainly that like it's a big ask, considering how much contempt there is for among you know, certainly that I feel for like the leadership of the party.
It don't matter. Hakeem Jeffries gonna fuck him over no matter what. It's better to try and attempt to unseat him, or at the very least push him further left by presenting a left flank alternative in the primaries. There's never a good reason to stop a Democrat. There's never a good reason to stop running left flank candidates against establishment figures, because the worst case is she loses the race, right? It's already a difficult task. But in the process, you do unironically cause Hakeem Jeffries to make concessions to the left in the way that he campaigns, because he knows that that's the only way out of this primary structure.
I agree completely. That is why every Democrat, every left-wing Democrat, or
and I think it was a mistake for Zohran to campaign against him instead of just like taking a back seat, not saying anything, and being like, I'm focusing on affordability right now, as opposed to being like, I think Chiose shouldn't do it.
Well, that's where I wonder, because to me, like, again, I don't want to weigh in on like I also feel like I don't know enough about the internal DSA. Yeah, man, like there's more ins and outs and stuff. Like, I don't want to just fucking mouth off. Like, the easiest thing in the world, I feel like, is to have an opinion based on like half information, and I just like. I would rather, like, what I have to say does not matter that much. I still don't understand why he went and campaigned at the DSA against G. I mean, like, it's weird. Not that I think it's weird that he went, but it's a weird split thing. I think on the one hand, the fact that he like takes DSA seriously enough to go and say, hey, like, don't run against this person who I don't want you to run against. Like, it's like not, to me, that's not suggesting that he's keeping DSA at arm's length. At the same time, like, was it the right call for him to go in and say, hey, Chi, don't run? I don't know. I hope Chiose runs and win anyway. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like Chi. Jeffries being nearly 80% popular in the district is very different. Yeah, I mean, that's like the thing. He's not Joe Crowley. I don't know. This is like part of why, again, it's one of the many reasons why, like, I'm not trying to be strident or trying to like bug out at anybody for their take on this one. It's literally still the transition. He's not in office yet. Oh, Chi isn't running. I mean, I didn't see. I know that he said he wouldn't run if he didn't get the endorsement. I haven't caught up on the latest. please open Steam. Nice try.
All right, you want to see some of the stuff?
Oh, let's go.
No, to your point about Chi handling this well.
Oh, HSA you don't have to spend? Oh, yeah, I did mix it up with an FSA then.
I just got here. I saw DC put out a detailed report explaining why Chi is not someone they want to support, focusing on being an opportunist and not in alignment with democratic socialism. Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah,
that stuff
sorry.
is stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking that's just like the old guard of the DSA having some reasonable suspicion, but I think trying to defend a potential tactical mistake.
I mean, I also support primaries because I think that like something, and this is like a more like woo-woo abstract take of mine, but like I believe that campaigns and like running for stuff is just like an especially good task structured to like the political environment. When you run for stuff, I mean, like it was the Bernie campaign, a failed thing that, you know, in 2016 was incredible. Like it's just the nature of this stuff. And especially when enthusiasm and people and the just level of interest is so high, like for me, it often like the conversation has to be like, you have to come up with some pretty good reasons, like not to do a primary, not to assume that like that can be that's part of like the sort of standard, like standard issue progressive politics.
What? New York DSA has to consult us on? No, they don't. I'm not a part of New York City DSA. They don't have to consult me for anything. They make their own decisions.
At Noah, how do I square Mitchell Robinson's politics and love for lifted trucks with your undying love for the Knicks? I need to know for science. My friend, the conservative politics of professional athletes have no bearing on my support for my team.
Yeah,
and never will.
It's like saying, how do you support any professional sports
Yeah,
whatsoever
like,
when their owners are all billionaires, many of them also pro-Israel as well.
Like, it's just not gonna like. Phew.
Yeah.
What do I? You know what do I think about Mitchell Robinson? Love those boards. Give me more.
Look, all right, you want to see some of the shit I got from China? The China Hall.
Yes, please. Oh my god.
This is from Tiananmen Square specifically. I got a bunch of buttons. A bunch of Mao Zedong buttons. Our tour guy Sally said the dream of 1.4 billion Chinese is to go and see the flag raising ceremony in Tiananmen Square. I got this one too. It's like a commemorative coin, 1966, 1967.
It's even in the like Topps trading card, like, you know, like status.
It's official, it's real. But the craziest stuff was actually the things that fans gave me. This one is a collection, a DVD collection of Mao Zedong songs. Look. And then a whole bunch of different, I bought this myself, but it's the tiniest red book I could find. There's even tinier ones.
I'm sure, man.
During the Cultural Revolution, I think it became like a competition almost to see like who
could make it smaller.
show like to demonstrate their loyalty, who could make the smallest. Like this is truly a little red book, you know, the tiniest of them. I got this in an antique shop. Show Hongshu flexing, yeah. Or Show Hongshu maxing, really. What is this, a red book for ants? Yeah. And then I got a copy, quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, but in English. This is the English edition, first edition. Okay. In English from 1966. Foreign Language Press, Peking, 1966. First edition, 1966, printed in the People's Republic of China. It even has like the...
Yeah.
This is like very common. In all of the red books, you have like a wax paper in front of Mao Zedong's face in order to preserve it. This was gifted by a chatter. And it even has the first page removed. The Limbiao...
oh my God!
Oh
my God! No revisionism allowed here.
I couldn't say. I was uncomfortable saying it, but like it still has the foreword to the second edition of quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, but the first page also has like Lin Biao statements that were initially removed because Well, the claim is that he had betrayed the chairman, and then he mysteriously died in a plane crash. And post-mortem, it was found out that he was betraying the chairman. But he was also seen as like the, what's the word for it? The best comrade initially, and a brilliant tactician, from what I understand, a very good general. And he was very, very pro Mao Zedong, and the initial page that they ripped off is like, I forget what it was, but it's basically says, like, it's even more aggressive than this. Comrade Mao Zedong is the greatest Marxist-Leninist of our era. He has inherited, defended, and developed Marxism-Leninism with genius, creatively and comprehensively, and has brought it to a higher and completely new stage. Mao Zedong's thought is Marxism-Leninism of an era in which imperialism is heading for total collapse and socialism is advancing for total worldwide victory. It is a powerful ideological weapon for opposing imperialism and for opposing revisionism and dogmatism. Anyway. Yeah. He was OP as fucking Dynasty Warriors 3. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Oh yeah, the first page is, I think, it says study Chairman Mao's writings, follow his teachings, and act according to his instructions. And I think that was taken out initially because they thought that was too that was like far too like single great man focused than Marxist-Leninist thought was supposed to be. And then I have another 1966. This is the actual first edition, but this is in Chinese. But I'm not even gonna. This is like easy to break. This is also another. This is a Chinese first edition. I'm not even gonna open it. I'm not even gonna take it out of this thing. But you want to see the craziest one? Mm-hmm. So this is a little booklet commemorating the first ever Chinese designed and Chinese engineered bridge in Nanjing. Okay. And this, I think, is an incredibly rare historical artifact because that's Mao Zedong's writing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's his signature and his handwriting. And it's written in like, it's literally written in ink. Like it's not like a copied point of his like calligraphy or anything. A fan gave that to me when I was he intercepted the high-speed rail that I was on going to Shanghai from Beijing. And yeah. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what it was initially. And then I was looking at it with a Chinese content creator who was doing my like Bilibili and Xiaohongshu Q&As, and she read it, and I forget, it's about like development though. Development in the fuck? Did y'all see that? Yeah, lights went in and out. That was weird. But it's like, it's super, super duper rare from what I understand.
Yeah, man. You should take care of that.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
And then,
Holy shit.
we got an anti-imperialist book of songs. Also Maoist anti-imperialist book of songs. And then this one was really cool too. This is Deng Xiaoping commemorating the One Country, Two Systems. Hail, the government of the People's Republic of China resumes the exercise of sovereignty over Hong Kong.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
so turn that around. Show that to them.
Yeah, 1997. Got a picture of Deng right there. The day July 1st, 1997, when the government of the People's Republic of China resumes the exercise of sovereignty over Hong Kong, marks the end of the humiliation subjected to the Chinese people in the past century and a new era for Hong Kong, With the common efforts by Hong Kong compatriots and a powerful motherland as its backing, Hong Kong's future will even be more beautiful. This folder is hereby issued to commemorate Hong Kong's return to our motherland. Let me tell you, as someone who went there, they need to accelerate that process, okay? What is this? I had to wait for an hour to get into Hong Kong. I had to go through customs and immigration. It was ridiculous, okay? For pure convenience. So these are some of the rare artifacts we got. That's so cool. On the trip to China.
Yeah, you gotta put some of those behind glass or something.
No, I know. I need to take it to someone. I don't know who I would.
That's so cool.
I don't even know who I would have to show this to. The writing. The writing of Mao Zedong, potentially. Because if it's actually him.
What if it's like a tattoo that just says like insert here or whatever? Like
no. She read it and said it was she was the one who, because I don't know what the fuck it is in Mandarin, right?
Yeah,
I was I don't know what this is. And she was like, that is like she thought it was real and she couldn't believe it because it was like Mao's signature.
Your chat does have a good idea though, which is that like you should take it to like a pawn star, like you should like make content out of it. Like
take it to a pawn shop?
No, take it to Pawn Stars.
Yeah,
have them have Chumley or whatever.
Yeah.
Like evaluate if this here is genuine.
I think
this here is genuine.
I need to show it to like a professor probably. I don't know if the Pawn Stars will have a good assessment of what it is. I mean,
listen, yeah, we could probably get somebody from UCLA or whatever, some bullshit like that, or we go to somebody on the TV.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, best I can do is $50. You're gonna be like, oh, you can't sell this, is too old. It's gonna stay.
Yeah, actually, look, it's got tea stains all over it. That's not good.
It's gonna stay on the shelf for too long.
Actually, longer that I'm looking at it, I think I now pay $40.
Yeah,
only $40. What you say?
Antiques Roadshow, please. Yeah, historians in some big schools might be able to confirm the authenticity. Someone that has a focus on the post-war. Yeah, best I can do is contact the FBI. Yeah. They will say, what is that? What are you, Bug, what are you saying? Lore is probably worth a couple hundred by itself. I don't know. All the Pawn Stars have succumbed to fentanyl. That's fine. Yeah. Apparently, mouse signatures are worth like over $10,000 and even hundreds of thousands. I don't know if that's... Like, this one random fan gave me a historical document worth tens of thousands of American dollars. That's crazy. I would never sell it regardless, but yeah, I have heard that it's like very, very rare.
I mean, just like on its own, yeah, it does seem like it would be not common.
Yeah. You keep it anyways, though, right? Yeah, obviously. Why the fuck would I sell it? What are you, crazy? What is... Did you ask the fan if he's in chat? I don't know. I mean, he was a Chinese fan, so I suspect he's not up at this hour. What is this? Beatles and Bob Marley unique autograph collection fetches 78 grand.
Okay, but that's a different... That's literally an autograph collection.
Chinese revolutionary leader Mao Zedong's autograph was the highest selling lot.
Oh, wait. Oh.
For a signed first edition copy of poetry book selling for the same price was a piece signed by former Chinese leader Deng Xiaoping. Wait, what?
Wow. So the exchange rate is that Jim Morrison goes for Deng Xiaoping. Hold on. Keep going down.
All right. Where's Mao Zedong then? I don't think there is a Mao. A collection of autographs from 20th century.
Oh, yeah, no. It's fetching 22,000 pounds.
Signed by Chinese Communist leader Mao Zedong had the highest selling price, fetching 22,000 pounds when it went under the hammer.
When's this story from?
This sold for 300,000? 310,000?
I mean, you know, let's make sure that it's not like something a tattoo artist wrote, you know? That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck? Wasn't it your tour guide that picked up on the signature? Yes, that was me.
Oh.
Wait, you're in the chat? Wait, is it actually straight up Mao Zedong's signature, chatter? I can't tell if this was actually him or not, but Was it actually?
He says he's from Shanghai.
No, he's not from Shanghai. He
No,
wasn't
this
from
guy.
this chatter was not. No, he's just love from Shanghai. No, he wasn't. Then it's not him because the chatter is from Nanjing. That intercepted my travels on the high-speed rail going from Beijing to Shanghai. Unless he moved. They said it was printed on, not hand signed, I thought. No, it looks
it looks like handwriting.
Yeah, it looks like handwriting. It doesn't look like it was a print. I asked what drip he got on. I don't know. It looks like it's also in blue. It's like blue ink. Did you realize that owning legit Mao Zedong stuff that's worth 300K is the ultimate test of whether you're a true socialist or capitalist after all? It was the auto pen. Same 1996 version. Went for 250K. Oh, little red book signed by Chairman Mao sells for 250 grand. The first edition was a gift to the wife of Pakistan's foreign minister. Yeah, that's a little different though. This is the one that I have. This is the book that I have, but this one is literally signed by Mao Zedong. That's the exact same one that I have.
Mao only signed in red ink, somebody says.
This is literally not signed in red ink. Also, this is also a different signature than the I saw a clip where someone tried to sell a Nixon document and the signature analyst said it was fake and that he signed an auto pen all the time. Anyway. Come on, send it back to the chatter. He probably didn't know what it was worth.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait, has he responded?
No.
He just said that was me. I think this is a different chatter. It's easy enough to verify.
Nanjing is literally an hour away on the high-speed rail.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that he said he was from Nanjing, and he asked for me to visit Nanjing as well next time. But you should get it authenticated. I mean, it literally does not look like it just looks like it was written by pen. It doesn't also have like a. It could just be like a recreation or something, or it could be just.
I mean,
like,
that was my initial thought to me. Like, it seems like such a Mao signing something seems crazy.
But it's like
it's a different handwriting than what you said, like a signature thing that looks like like.
No, this just means Mao Zedong. Like that's his name.
No, but the way it's written is like it looks like somebody like carefully took their time to like
write it.
Exactly, like which is to say they didn't just autograph it.
Yeah, can you see? Do you see this? And it's like, it looks like it's not printed. And instead, it looks like it's written by hand. I think
I
it's
love
somebody
everybody
quoting
saying
him.
stop touching it.
Put your hand behind it like those beauty influencer products. Yeah, maybe someone just like wrote it and said that it was a Mao quote maybe, and then wrote Mao Zedong underneath it instead of signing it. Have ChatGPT analyze it. What the fuck does ChatGPT know about this?
Yeah, chat. That's a really funny suggestion.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, is this Mao Zedong's real handwriting?
That's worth nothing in comparison to the Joe Biden signature. I agree.
Bro, Joe Brandon.
Joe Brandon is my favorite revolutionary communist.
Joe Brandon, 2 corn pop.
Grok Hasan is woke. Chinese here, I think this is just someone writing a quote by Mao, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's all in neat Chinese print. No flare on the name would that would indicate a signature at all.
That's what I. That's
No,
what
it
I
just
think.
says it's not a signature. It's just it says Mao Zedong at the bottom.
Oh,
of it.
somebody has a thing like. Hold on. Is that what it says? As for why, that thing that begins as for why.
What?
The guy with the Mao quote. Like somebody posted the Mao quote.
As for why we should change what is promising for me, this question must be clarified. If it's not clarified, it's very dangerous. We must be thorough and genuine. Mao Zedong. I don't think that was a quote, but maybe it is.
Yeah,
I can translate the quote. Says, I didn't write this, Mao Zedong.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. The quote is.
Either way, preserve the book is still historical. No, for sure.
Now that shit going in the trash.
No, of course I'm going to preserve it. I think it just, it starts with Lenin is right. You're right. It does have, it does mention Lenin in the beginning. That other chatter is correct. Apparently translates to this. Why did Lenin speak of exercising dictatorship over the bourgeoisie? That is the actual quote. Yes, that's what I remember. Why did Lenin speak of exercising dictatorship over the bourgeoisie? This question must be thoroughly understood. Lack of clarity on this question will lead to revisionism. This should be made known to the whole nation. And then underneath it says Mao Zedong.
I like the idea of carrying that quote around in particular as like a thing to wrestle with.
Yeah. Does your friend know you abuse animals like horses and dogs? Yes, we do it together. That's why he's here. So we can abuse more animals together. We just had some chicken too. Specifically chicken that was abused. That's so funny. It seems like someone was quoting him about the bridge, I guess. Telling you to save your souvenir from your first trip to China is a new level of parasocial. Yeah, so I'm not going to do it. The abuse makes it tastier. It's my fault. That's how it is. You can really taste the abuse.
Yeah, if it didn't cry,
from the first bite,
it's not getting by. I'll tell you that.
Not only is she not quitting DSA despite failing to get an endorsement, but he's also encouraging his supporters who are upset about the endorsement decision to join DSA. Some DSA members had feared that she was an opportunist, but action like this will win him goodwill. Yeah. Instead of buying cruelty-free, you look for the most cruel possible option. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm against halal meat specifically, because I want extra cruelty in the
cruelty
at the point of execution.
Cruelty-free, not for me.
No worries. Dallas Stars fan.
Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. Yeah.
What is this? Hey, what's going on?
No problem, chat.
Oh no!
It's a small one.
And it's the first version.
It's the first. Wait.
Yeah. Really?
Is that a Bible?
People got real mad about this too.
Sorry, I think the all of it together, people getting mad, and also him asking you, the face you're making as he's asking you, is that a Bible?
Yeah.
Is that a Bible?
Yeah, it was really funny because they were saying, the liberals on the timeline were saying this is like getting gifted Mein Kampf. And then they also were saying it's actually worse because Mao Zedong killed more people than Hitler did.
I'll just say this: Mao Zedong never owned slaves, and a lot of people love passing around documents written by slaveholders and slave owners in this country. So,
True.
How about you quit pocket watching?
Yeah. Also, it is pretty funny. Yeah, it is pretty funny that they're like they so quickly jumped to Hitler wasn't that bad. Like that's
well,
always,
no, that is like that was when I was a kid.
It was a Finnish guy on Reddit saying Mao was worse than Hitler. It's the least surprising thing.
That's standard Finnish opinion. No, but the thing
Mao never helped Finland gain liberation from Russia, so obviously worse overall.
I do though like the idea that like it's the, you know, again, like we can, I mean, this is, I don't know, typical American. It's like, yeah, you can like buy half the things in your life made from China, but God forbid anybody like be handed their governing thing. Like,
totally.
A foundational text.
Everybody loves the bounties offered by modernized China in terms of manufacturing capabilities, but nobody wants to know how they got there. Like they don't want to think about that. They all buy shit from China, of course. Finn's opinions about Mustache Man are automatically dismissed. Yeah. They only recently took out the swastika from their Air Force like a couple years ago. So
the way you said that makes me think that like the swastika was like an integral part of how the Air Force functioned. Like, oh yeah, we just didn't know how to use planes without it. That's why we kept it.
Yeah. It helps with the aerodynamics.
It's like, you know, it's like the wings, the whole thing.
Anyway. Wait, you guys didn't know about the Finnish Air Force logo? Yeah. Their cope was that it was before Nazi Germany, so that's why it was there. Except it was there because of the same guy that also was a Nazi.
There's got to be like some like barrier, like not the like I don't think they call lines of longitude parallels. I don't know, maybe they do, but whatever, like there's got to be some marking that when you're sufficiently east, that seeing a swastika isn't actually a problem.
Finland's Air Force quietly dropped swastika symbol.
All right, well. You know, it could also be like a thing about peace. You know?
The dude who initially put it there was a Nazi.
It means all is well. And that's what you want to hear about when you're flying a plane. I mean, when I went to Vietnam and stuff, like when you're in a Buddhist country with a lot of Buddhists,
that's different.
That's what I was saying. It is different. Like there's got to be a certain point on the map where you're like okay, here it's fine.
First of all,
but over here it's kind of
I think it's also the reverse.
Yeah, that is true.
It faces the opposite direction.
Although I will tell you, man, it's still like a little bit like you're walking down the street and you look like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, my eyes. There's like one around the corner for me on a Buddhist temple in New York, so I shouldn't be such a delicate sunflower on this.
Yeah, no, there's still the reverse swastikas all around Buddhist temples in America too.
But that's just like I mean, I gotta say it like. I do, and this is obviously also partly like the photos that the journalists are selecting for this article. But like when you see the swastika on a propeller plane and the photo is color, it does make you go like, huh? You know what I mean? Like it's
that's
like
weird.
It's like
I thought this was from a bygone era.
Exactly.
Things that are flying shouldn't have.
Like it's like when when Leni Riefenstahl died in like the 2000s. I was like, wait, what? She was allowed to make it this. It's anachronistic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have the Japanese naval flag today also still uses the old imperial Japanese flag, the flag of the rising sun, which is also seen as a Nazi flag in China, but many dumb Westerners think is cool. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's not a good one to have around.
It's a little red book.
It is basically.
Yeah.
The little red book?
The little red book. It's the red Bible is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some may say more important than the Bible. Some may.
Especially over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Okay, these were incredible. Well, they weren't very rare at the time, but this is a red book. Okay, quotations from the chairman Mao Zedong, and this is an English version from I guess from 1966. Okay, so initially they actually started printing these. I mean, there were so many that they printed of these, and I think by this point they did not want the English versions to be English.
Yeah, in the late 1970s, a series of official directives ordered a thorough demalification. Copies were to be withdrawn from circulation, and foreigners were not to be given any copies. By 1979, over 100 million copies were destroyed, replaced by the selected works of Mao Zedong.
To be printed, so they tried to secure all the copies back. They were trying to get as many of the copies of the English versions back as possible.
Bro, it's because they had done 720 million copies, and that's the time period where they also had made like smaller and smaller versions of the Red Book as well.
So many that they printed of these, and I think to secure all the copies back, they were trying to get as many of the copies of the English versions back as possible. And this is really, really special. Thank you. So that's crazy. Wait, what's your name?
Do you remember we will?
What?
Look at you saying thank you, receiving a
so
gift
much.
like a grown
This
up.
is incredible. Wow. This is literally what I talked about on the stream like the first day. I was like, I want one of the English copies of the OG Red Book.
I already did describe the first page. The first page was the
Lin Biao.
The Lin Biao statement about Mao that was deleted. That was yeeted from all of the red books.
I actually want to get
She's like, you know, Paul.
if it's even possible, I want to get like.
It's so crazy that
if we
every
can
time
find it
like you
here,
reference like, oh,
one
I
of
was
the
just saying
early,
this, like your fans immediately are
English
able to get like fucking chapter and verse.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, here's where he was, where he expressed. Like, he said the other day, he said he was hungry, and here at like 1:46:32, here's him describing his hunger. Jesus.
This
so
is
that's
no,
what
no,
you're
no.
missing.
No. I have the foreword of the second edition. There's another page on top of that. This study Chairman Mao's writings, follow his teachings, and act according to his instructions is the first
that's
page.
like ready. Oh, so they
ripped that page. But the Comrade Mao Zedong is the greatest Marxist-Leninist of our era that still exists in the foreword. The foreword still exists, but the calligraphy of this is ripped from all of the books. Lin Biao wrote an endorsement in calligraphy exhorting to the people to study Chairman Mao's findings, follow his teachings, and act according to his instructions, promoting the Little Red Book, added to his luster and prestige. And by 1969, he was named as Mao's successor. Also, you got that from I think it was the Alexander Cook book, The People's History of the Little Red Book is where this quote is from originally, where it traces the history of the Little Red Book and how it became an international phenomenon. Yeah. But that's holy nerd. How do you keep this? Sniped Lamau. Yup. Yeah, that's a passage from that book. But yeah, that's where I found out about. That's where I learned about the deleted page and everything. Lin Biao, the perfect comrade, the perfect marshal. Anyway, seems like you're doing commodity fetishism, sweetie. It's true, but yeah, people were.
It's not commodity fetishism when you do it for stuff that you like. Okay.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
When that one girl in Hong Kong showed you the Chinese edition, you said there was something you couldn't talk about it then. Can you talk about it now? No, that's it. That's what I was saying. This is the passage that they ripped off. Bro, you came on such short notice this time. Before you arrived, there was almost no word on Chinese internet about your trip to China. My friends and I in Shenzhen are all eagerly looking forward to your next visit to China. No, I'll be back.
It's just regular fetishism.
And hers still had it in her first edition, the calligraphy of Lin Biao saying, study Chairman Mao's writing, follow his teachings. Anyway. But yeah. What? You asked ChatGPT?
Why would you do,
I don't care.
Not, also, I love the way to do it. Not sure how much stock should be put in this.
Yeah, I don't
Let
give
me
a
tell you
shit.
how much stock. None.
None.
ChatGPT, here's this blurry video of my favorite streamer showing off his book. What's the provenance of the text in it?
Yeah, he went from giving me an actual quote from a book to fucking giving me a ChatGPT response.
I think he know. Something tells me this person knows what they're doing. Yeah, they didn't ask DeepSeek, bro. What's up?
Anyway, will you keep streaming on Bilibili? I will. I was streaming on Bilibili the entire time I was there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What was that one Hong Konger talking about? You were unable to. First of all, he called himself Hong Kong Chinese, and he corrected me for saying he was Hong Konger because that has a different connotation in Hong Kong. Because if you're from Beijing, you say like you're Beijinger, right? In English. But when people say they're Hong Kongers, that means that they are like separatists specifically. And what do you call it? He was saying that that's not the case. That he says he is Hong Kong Chinese. And then the other thing was like he was just telling me about the history of Hong Kong, like the colonial history of Hong Kong, and the bodyguard literally tried to stop him from explaining shit to me, and I was like, don't do that. I don't know why. The Chinese bodyguard from Hong Kong literally tried to like put his hands on him when this one chatter from Hong Kong was explaining to me like the separation of like the Chinese and how the island was like the mainland part of Hong Kong that's connected to mainland China was where all the poor Chinese lived, and they were all basically servants to the colonial outpost that was on the island side of Hong Kong. Check because security doesn't want fans to linger. No, I don't think that was the case, or maybe he didn't understand. Maybe you're right. Shout out to Calvin. No, it wasn't Calvin. It was the other bodyguard. What's the bodyguard state assigned? No, if he was also assigned by the Chinese state, I don't think he would mind the Chinese chatter talking, singing the praises of mainland.
I think he was just he didn't want anybody disrespecting the legacy of white people talking to you.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that wasn't the case. What was the big deal with Mao? When I was in school, he wasn't described as well as you act towards him. Oh, you mean in the United States of America, people don't sing the praises of Mao Zedong? That's so crazy. Yeah, no shit. It's same with Stalin. Yeah. Or Lenin, or even Marx. Really, they say Marx. They act like Marx was single-handedly responsible. They're like, oh, Karl Marx and his ideology killed 700 billion people.
Well, yeah. Well, and like, I mean, the whole like victims of communism thing, like in general, there's not like when also like it like is. I mean, you can't be a communist, like a self-declared communist, and like rise to like levels with an American government.
You can't be a union leader still and be an open communist. It's illegal.
Like, yeah, literally, like it's
literally in the books.
They say like no dice.
Yeah, it is literally in American law illegal to be a union leader and a self-avowed communist.
But you know what? They didn't say that about communism too.
Yeah, that's true.
When we have communism too, this doesn't apply.
Yeah, but in Texas, it is illegal to run as a communist. It's also...
Well, in Texas, it's illegal to run. I mean, have you seen the shape of those people, folks?
Damn. But the National Guard, the Texas National Guard, in a state of dire state in general. All right, here's China posturing apparently against the Philippines or something. I don't know.
China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi has added to tensions with Japan over a remark on Taiwan made by its new prime minister, calling it shocking. Wang is now the most senior Chinese official to comment publicly on the issue, which has shaken relations for more than 2 weeks. In a statement posted on the Foreign Ministry's website on Sunday, Wang said Japan was crossing a red line that must not be touched, accusing Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi of attempting to intervene militarily over Taiwan, and that it was shocking for Japan's leader to openly send a wrong signal. Takaichi was responding to a question in Parliament on November 7th over a hypothetical Chinese attack on Taiwan, when she said it could trigger a military response from Tokyo. Beijing views...
That's crazy.
That is crazy, sorry.
That was like the big news in China while I was there. The fucking... China Daily was writing about it nonstop. That's what pissed off a lot of people in China. And they pulled back, I think like 400,000 plane tickets or something.
I mean, I could see it. Also, I mean, there's like a weird, like the Japan's like neo pseudo belligerent turn is surely not making Beijing feel good these days.
Yeah, they're also positioning at the in the islands closest to Taiwan. They're putting new missile systems there with missiles that can reach Taiwan if necessary. It's a historically insane thing to say for a million different reasons, one of which is that up until 1945, Taiwan was occupied straight up by Imperial Japan. It's like they did the Holocaust to the Chinese people. For those of you who don't know, it was so devastating that it actually caused the KMT and Mao to unify for a brief period to fight back against Japanese colonialism, Japanese imperialism. And so when that same country, who was never officially recognized their war crimes, at least while any prime minister was in office at the time with an official state recognition, turns around and says, like, they're going to, it's literally having a Holocaust denier be like, we're going to reoccupy Poland, you know, or we're just going to put all the Jews in prison again or some shit.
Well, and I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, I think in general, there's like now this weird assumption that like at least is presented in, I mean, certainly like the leadership of the Japanese government, but obviously in like the US led, you know, Pacific Alliance or whatever, where they were trying to create like, and we see this in all sorts of similar military like they're trying to create the consent for a military response, even though that may not be the best version of a response. Like, I'm not sure that also necessarily people in Taiwan would be willing to like invite the Japanese or any other foreigners in to participate in some protracted foreign war over an alleged Chinese. Like, the whole thing is such a goofy, like abstracted, like, I mean, it just seems like nationalist posturing of the worst kind.
Yeah, China reminded Japan that it's an international law that any of the UNSC Security Council members can declare war unilaterally on any of the defeated fascist states in World War II if they became militaristic again. Yeah, which is true. Those islands are also Chinese territory occupied by Japan after the 1895 Sino-Japan War, which was also when Japan colonized Taiwan. They were given back to Japan in the 70s by the U.S. to basically threaten China.
Well, now there's also, and like it's the like China, Japan, like / like Filipino like axis of conflict is also sort of generating at the same time that China's like working to improve relations with, you know, Vietnam, the other country that it like very heavily competes for influence with in like the stretch of the Pacific. To me, again, the thing I just don't really understand is like what the Japanese end game with this is. Like, it's just like, I understand like the arc of Japanese politics at this moment, like is like not necessarily like, I don't think it can go toward like it's like I mean, it's frankly not that different from our position. I just don't understand how any of these countries can sustain like a fundamentally hostile or worsening relationship with China at this point in time.
The overwhelmingly popular position, the one that absolutely has the plurality at least, is that they don't want to rock the boat and they want the current status to continue existing. The unification status is much less popular than continuing with status quo in Taiwan. And this is like, you know, Western and Taiwanese polling. It's not like these guys have any interest in making it seem as though that would be the popular position. And as far as people trying to compare this to Ukraine, it's obviously not the same because the international community in its entirety do not recognize Ukraine as a part of Russia, whereas even the United States of America, with its strategic ambiguity posture, still technically recognizes Taiwan as a part of China on paper. And so does Japan, for the record.
And like, if you're in the Chinese perspective, they already negotiated a successful changeover in like handling and reunifying with Hong Kong. Like, wait a bit longer, and realistically, if the Western order continues to, you know, like fall into sand or like eat itself alive, like perhaps the same thing can happen with Taiwan peacefully as well. Because that's the thing I just don't understand is like, and this is, again, I think something that was suggested by this Rand paper that got withdrawn, which is that like there's an assumption that China will seek an aggressive military solution to its Taiwan problem, supposedly. And, you know, it's like, I don't see the Chinese as the ones who at this moment, at least, are trying to like, you know, intensify. They're not the ones like sounding a lot of alarms about what to do in the event of a military situation. Like those scenarios are the ones being bandied about by, well, our team, so to speak.
Yeah.
China's never invaded any country. Okay, that's just not true. Sorry.
That's not true. You're wrong. I mean, they held a big L in Vietnam.
Yeah, man, that was not such a good moment for them.
Yeah. when you were talking about just thinking about Takeichi's rhetoric from the perspective of China and what they've seen in the last 100 years, it broke through like a lightning bolt. Oh yeah, of course China would not appreciate how they're talking about Taiwan. It's like if Germany was talking about military action in Poland or some shit again. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like it's also the other piece of this is that Japan has been demilitarized since, you know, the 40s. And that is starting possibly to change, you know, in a very slow and kind of tectonic way.
It's illegal in their constitution that we wrote for them to have a standing military, but they do have a self-defense forces. And yes, under American leadership, Japan is starting to remilitarize anyway.
And so there's not like, I mean, it's again though, aside from the fact that like military spending is like in like viewed in a domestic context, like not like what are the geopolitical reasons you would ramp it up, like it's a way of resolving contradictions in your own country without having to do redistributive or like, you know, shifting industrial policy. Like it's a way of, I mean, at least as I view it, like it's a way of like preserving and not really fucking up existing regimes of accumulation. And in the case of something like Japan, yeah, I mean, anybody who's like, there's an enormous amount of dissatisfaction with the country, and there's a lot of rising like within the country about how it's run, and there's a ton of rising nationalism, and the idea like fused with the militarization piece of it. I mean, I can understand how a lot of neighbors, and not just the Chinese, might feel worried.
Democratically govern Taiwan as its own territory and has not ruled out the use of force to take control of the island. Taipei rejects Beijing's claims and says only the island's people can decide the future. On Friday, China raised the issue with the United Nations Secretary General, vowing to defend itself. Japan dismissed Beijing's complaint to the UN as entirely unacceptable, saying its commitment to peace was unchanged. In a Sunday statement, Wang said China must resolutely hit back over Japan's move. He threatened to dredge up its warring past if it, quote, persists in its wrong course, saying people have the right to re-examine Japan's historical crimes. After the G20 leaders' summit on Sunday, Takeichi did not comment on Wang's statement, telling reporters only that Japan remained open to dialogue.
It is interesting, though, when like liberals will look at like a far right. I think she's also a Holocaust denier too, if I'm not mistaken. Like
the Japanese,
a total freak, and be like, no, she's her embrace of defense of Taiwan is actually brilliant and beautiful, and also fuck China. And it's like, that's just like a psycho far right figure that you're riding for. What the fuck?
I also like it doesn't seem like the Japanese people are also especially co-sign this stuff, let alone, I mean, frankly, like I have a funny feeling that the Japanese political establishment, especially the visa stuff, because China can issue, you know, it's not like this isn't like all symbolic, or, you know, like they can do stuff to each other, especially China.
We need Reiwa Shinsengumi to make significant gains in the next election. This is the GOAT, I think, right? This is the guy, right? Chatters. Yep.
Taro Yamamoto
from Battle Royale.
Oh,
you know, he's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a very famous actor and probably one of the loudest socialist anti-imperialists in Japan right now. Battle Royale mentioned, yep. Like I would go so far as to say he's and listen, you know, no disrespect to the JCP, but these guys are the real deer, real deal. I thought you were gonna meme about the deer guy. No. Anyway.
That is a very Zohran coded slogan. Protecting Japan starts with protecting you.
Yeah. The party was formed by left-wing members of the Liberal Party who opposes merger with the Democratic Party for the People. The party won more than 4% of the vote after contesting the House of Councilors election in July 2019. Would it cause an international incident if you get an interview with him? No. He disappointed a lot of people by making xenophobic comments this cycle. Wait, he did? Wait, that's surprising because I've seen him say some really positive shit. He was the one who I saw recently making a big fuss about like waging war against China, saying that it's like stupid. Back to boring stuff. Yeah, this is the one. The opposition leader, Taro Yamamoto.
戦争にはなっていないが、緊張が高まった場合
If
に
China imposes a parts embargo, Japan could suffer losses of 343 billion in just 2 months. That should never happen. Which, by the way, I mean, the liberals are also on board with this. Like all the party backers, like all the big, from what I understand, all of the big business owners in Japan are super pro-China. And so is the governing party. And the reason for why is because they do a fuck ton of business with China.
Yeah, well, yes, they're like China's the largest trading. I mean, but this is what I mean about no country in that region. To me, has
JCP, Japanese Communist Party, very anti-China. By the way, I straight up asked them.
Really,
and they were like, "Yeah, no, they are not." Like he is more pro-China than JCP is.
Is it like what's the JCP argument?
JCP argument. I mean, they are a revisionist social democratic party that still holds on to the history of communism and like they just carry on the name, but they're not exactly a real communist party at all.
I mean, was in the American Communist? Well, no, ACP is a different thing. The
ACP is real. They're not revisionist. They're not revisionist trash.
Yeah, the CP,
like the fucking social fascists of the DSA.
There we go. That's right.
Finally, the truth comes out. Yeah, I saw Jackson Hinkleding is also in China. He's trying to be me. He's also doing a China tour right now. We never cross paths with one another.
You didn't link and build?
No, we did not link and build. Jackson Pimple. Anti-Muslim and blaming everything on tourists has gained a lot of spice in Japan recently. Yeah.
Yeah, the tourism thing is like seeing how many people.
Speaking of which, that actually ties into my next fucking comment on this issue. Policy difference between LDP leadership candidates from the perspective of the Japanese Communist Party. From the JCP's perspective, the candidates' varying degrees of appealing to anti-immigration sentiment make them all promoters of xenophobic policies. All candidates have said they are against Japan having an immigration policy. Yeah. Wait, for the reason they think CCP is not communist enough? Yeah, okay, that's on paper. Okay, that's ridiculous. You're like, the real reason is because they're not. Kohei Saito calls them revisionist, but did debate the former recent chairman Communist Party leader. It's funny because they're seen as conservative by the youth too. That's another funny part of it. Even though they have like very progressive policies.
Do left-wing politics in Japan conform to the same like generational issues that like plague all other parts of their civil society, where it's like lots of old people, older generations in control, youth like frozen out? You know, is that like I mean, maybe if you don't know the answer, that's fine.
No, I asked them about this as well. But basically, from what I understand, the youth don't even have like an understanding of left-right dynamics in the way that we do. Like they just don't.
That's not how they see stuff.
That's not. Yeah, I think youth participation is also not very good to begin with in elections. Like the youth are just like totally checked out.
And do they blame everything on anime the way that we blame everything on phones?
No. Yeah, the youth are even more cooked than we are. They're way more disaffected than we are.
Well, I see. I mean, I've like read a bit more about like Korean youth and like the incredibly dark place that country's like cultural psyche has drifted. Is there like a I mean, and I know the stereotypes essentially, like the very broad impressions about like the difficulty in getting ahead, high cost of living, like careers being frozen, essentially, like no ways to advance.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to get youth involvement when you have a one-party state for basically its entire experience and its entire existence.
And it's not a cool one,
which is really interesting because Americans love touting the democratic processes of all of these other countries that are basically colonial outposts that work against as a bulwark against Chinese socialism in the region, Chinese communism in the region. And yet there is like a very clear single party rule for decades in all of these countries. Interesting.
I will say that well, you know, maybe freedom is a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not really about things like democracy or elections.
I suspect that, I mean, I don't know. What is it? The yellow or the orange party, Sun Saito? They literally got like a MAGA America First white guy to write their anti-immigrant agenda, and they actually made some decent gains, like surprising amounts of gains. So they're probably going to do the same exact thing that every fucking Western liberal democracy has done, which is pivot to far right fascist politics beyond what they were doing already. Like instead of like the neoliberal xenophobia, you will have fascist xenophobia in a country where the immigrant population is 1.3%, I think.
Yeah, no, I just don't understand that. Because also, like, again, it's like they also have like real crises. Like, it's not like, I know everybody gasses them up for like, because like the cost of housing there isn't the same total crisis that it is here. But like, you know, I mean, they have ecological crises.
Oh, and they also love Noah Smith. Japan's new finance minister may have read Noah Smith's Weeb economy book. She tweeted an endorsement of it back in April.
Yeah, that makes sense because he's like a full fucking idiot, and they're led by idiots. So
Korean youth were literally chanting "We are Charlie Kirk" last month. Oh my fucking god! Thousands gathered in the streets of Seoul today singing racist chants.
Sorry, I'm not reading that aloud. Wow.
Singing racist chants to the effects of "C words, get the fuck out," and "Yoon is our president," waving the "We are Charlie Kirk" balloons. Massive "Stop the Steal" flags, U.S. flags, Korea for Korean slogans, and Christian symbols.
Listen, it may be the Chinese century, but it is still American brain rot that's going to be like if the Chinese century, right? If the dialectic of it is that like the Chinese are, you know, like they are rising, usurping. The thing that is like giving it to them is that like American brain rot is like weakening the fabric of everything that the Chinese are like rebelling or fighting against.
We're not going to ban you, brother, because Hasan isn't so in touch with the youth. Shock collar, bow, wow, wow. Shock your dog some more. You shock your dog, bro. Cry, chat, Lamau. Hasan shocks his dog, ban me. We're not banning you, brother. Thank you for speaking the truth. You are brave. You are a brave soul fighting the good fight. You should also probably re-up your lithium prescription. But, you know. Ban me. It's one of the most pathetic things that people say. They're like, "Oh, ban me, dude."
I mean, it is like it's like a pretty
what a mark of bravery, dude. You did it, brave truth teller. You brave soul, you. We are Charlie Kirk balloons were fake. Make Yoon great again. Oh my fucking god.
Make Yoon MIGA?
Yeah.
MIGA.
There's a Korean streamer duo that used to be big back in the day on Twitch. They go to these protests and support their super anti-communist as well. It's not surprising.
Yeah, I was going to say anti-communism is actually something South Korea has in common with America, is that anti-communism has been a great way for them to deal with the fact that they don't like it's a very credible other for them to go after.
Yeah. Please don't shock me, Dad. Hasan's dog probably. You already moderate this hard, you baby. Just let people speak that truth then. What do you mean? It's already happening for you. You're able to do it, King. You're able to do it.
What's up with his O key?
I think it's because it's auto modded. Because people used to spam it nonstop. So he's like trying to get around the auto mod. You know?
I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Let me speak while speaking. Yeah. He's just like, they're silencing me.
They're silencing me while talking to this microphone to a room of thousands of people. Yeah. They're silencing me.
You got the mic, little pup. Go wild.
They're calling President Lee
Check his logs from 2023. Oh, God. Jon Stewart supports lab leak. Also, Japan shocks their dogs.
You are gay.
Japan uses shock collars. Shock collars. Ma, check your messages, Lamau. Wow, what a shocker. Badum tisk.
Oh, that's why. So yeah, it was about the auto blocker. Very nice.
Thanks, Obama. Jon Stewart supports lab leak theory. Obama covered up Bush illegal wars and torture programs. You are gay. Thanks, Chatter. Another brave moment of truth and honesty here. Dude's almost as silenced as Dave Chappelle. True. He's not fully censored yet. He will eventually. Where was I? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Speaking of Japan, massive Mr. Jeffu victory, by the way. This is a PhD university lecturer in Japan. He talks about like Japan's politics, nationalism, and pop culture. I linked up with him when I was in Japan last time. He has waged war basically against all these fucking like this guy, Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, being one of them.
He's waging war against Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper. How interesting.
So there is like a network of British. What? Hasan shits on people's mental health while having an emotional breakdown over lunch order in China. Fuck off. Like Hasan doesn't have constant emotional breakouts. Maybe try an SSRI. Chatter, you're protesting a little too much here. You're getting a little too offended. I think you should take your own advice. Okay? This probably is a good time to remind you to take your medication. Because if you're this locked in, if you're this upset, you know, maybe you got to up the dosage a little bit. Just saying. Shatter doesn't realize he's projecting, of course.
So Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper.
So Colonel Otaku
My favorite
Gatekeeper.
Metal Gear character.
Yeah. Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper is like one of these accounts that Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper is one of these accounts on Twitter that basically LARPed as though they were from Japan all the time and talked about it like they were LARPing as though they were a Japanese person in Japan and consistently posting about how like Japan has fallen to immigration. Once again, remember, it's literally 1% of the population. Like it's fucking ridiculous. And basically, thanks for proving my point. Stop being a dick. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep being a dick. Also, yeah, I like that this person is like, oh, Hasan is actually not careful enough about people's or stigmatizing people's mental health while also simultaneously saying, like, doing the exact same thing that they're complaining that I'm doing.
Yeah, no, it's really.
Which is the whole point. Like, I'm making fun of you.
You proved his point.
Yeah, I'm making fun of you, Chatter, because you're doing the same exact thing that you're criticizing me for doing in the process of your criticism. That's the whole point. Everybody does it, yourself included. Anyway.
So this guy basically got caught out vacationing in Belgium because he just posted a video that he clearly couldn't have posted.
No.
Like he lied about posting.
People have known that he is not actually from Japan for a long time. And I think at some point he actually admitted that he was not from Japan. But he deleted it. And basically now that Twitter's geolocation feature is on, everybody's been getting cold.
Dude, I hate that shit. I gotta say though, also, I appreciate knowing that like half of MAGA Twitter is like based in Lagos or whatever, but it is like astonishing how like this is just like legitimated some of the most annoying racism. Like I've never seen this many people screaming like
on
you're
Indians.
Indian. Like at each, it's like fuck. Like I hate this feature. Like it's such a stupid, annoying thing.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. There's been a lot of that, like everyone's Indian, except also there are a lot of Indian people that
well, I mean, look, the blue check feature.
There were
like,
a lot of Indian
because
people.
Elon Musk did it. Elon Musk like created like a mechanism.
Now, the
whereby,
reason for that, and I've talked about it before, the reason for that is because like, you know, a $50 payout goes a much longer way in a developing country than it does in fucking America, which is why a lot of people are responding to like the demands of Elon Musk that there's more right-wing white nationalist and Nazi sentiment on the timeline, and they're just filling the market demand, or not even the market demand, but the demand made by the owner of the market here.
Exactly. Like
and so they're just like responding to that. If it was like woke, if woke was in high demand by Elon Musk and that you would get an algorithmic bonus, then yeah, all of those accounts would be fucking woke as shit.
Yeah, that's right. We would be hearing like nonstop like SJW posting from Uttar Pradesh for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the first time Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper initially admitted that he was, not. He had initially admitted that he's not. I'm not Japanese, but I can explain why I pretend to be Japanese. I'm deeply ashamed of being British. I see the UK as a lost country. It's too far gone. My purpose on X was to talk to people from different backgrounds and to learn other perspectives, which is not something I could do if people I knew I was British, which is ironic because it's like, why do you want to hear from other backgrounds if you're complaining about other backgrounds in England has ruined England?
You know, when I first put on the, nobody cared until I put on the mask.
Yeah, my love for Japan is genuine. My earliest life memories are playing Sonic 1 with my family on Sega Mega Drive and trying to pronounce the Japanese names on the credits. Except that also puts him at like a 40-year-old LARPer.
No, this is awesome. My most favorite artist of all time is Linkin Park, which is founded by Mike Shinoda
Ahafu. And I'd say 95% of all happy memories in my life involve Japan in some ways. Like, this reads like a bit.
Yeah, no, this is like Chris Chan territory.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what's worse, like this or fucking Ryan Lizza coming out and being like, everyone was blowing the back out of my wife, Olivia Nuzzi.
Well, you know why I first became Japanese? Because of woke.
It's just like some things you don't have to write out loud, you know? It's like very embarrassing to admit those sorts of things, I feel like.
Also, like, I mean, it's just, to me, it's such a way of relating to where you're from that I just can't understand. Because it's like, look, like, he's British, fine, I'm from America, and the other heritage I can claim right now is really not one I want to be. But like the thing that like really strikes me about it is that it's such a like nobody's making you, like, there's no compulsion where you have to like answer for the fucking sins of like wet pea barm or whatever. Like, you can just, or you can, like, nobody's making you like you could just be a British guy. Like, nobody is.
Yeah, you can be a British guy who loves Japan.
Who loves Japan, and it's normal, and like you have a happy and fulfilling life, and you don't like make it into a whole complex on Twitter.
Yeah, my favorite artist of all time is Linkin Park, which was founded by Mike Shinoda Ahafu, is also just icing on the cake.
I mean, it is like such a crazy to be like, he doesn't name a single actual like Japanese cultural product, right? Like, I guess Sonic the Hedgehog kind of, but like even still, like, he doesn't name, like, I don't know, Japanese like music that Japanese people listen to.
Yeah.
He doesn't name Japanese books or literature that Japanese people consume.
Yeah.
He literally just talks about
he famously can't read Japanese. Like, he doesn't speak Japanese. He can't read Japanese. That's part of the reason why a lot of people suspected him not being Japanese.
Because he
would like copy Google Translate shit, or he would
I first began to suspect he wasn't Japanese when he couldn't speak or read Japanese.
No, literally. And then that's why I pretended to be Japanese to help fight Japan, I guess he says. But he is like a xenophobe for Japanese people. And one of the things I've always found to be really funny about like Westerners LARPing as Japanese and talking about immigration into the country is that Japanese people are very xenophobic.
Yeah.
But in terms of their hierarchy of who they're xenophobic to, it's always the Chinese and Koreans that like they first suspect as being like, the secret Chinese or the secret Korean that comes to Japan, that ruins everything in Japan. It's not just like, it's not instantly about like Indian people or people from the African continent. Like, it's not like, they are first and foremost xenophobic towards other Asian people. And that's why it's really funny when these guys like bring, Western attitudes about immigration to Japan. And that's another way that that's another telltale sign that these guys
the reason he says that he got along with Koreans surprisingly is because, remember, he has that disease where he actually like where white boy think that he's actually Japanese. She's like, so I was surprising that I got along with the Koreans because after all, I'm one of the white Japanese.
Yeah. Well, we all suspect it has been verified. Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, an account with over 100K followers that claim to be a Japanese nationalist living in Japan, is an account created and located in Europe. He regularly posts completely wrong information that indicates a lack of basic knowledge about Japan or the Japanese language. However, because it fits with the expectations of immigrant-hating overseas netizens, the misinformation he often posts goes viral internationally. His account recently helped spread a completely false story about a Prime Minister Takaichi directing the government to begin mass deportations. The story went so viral that the Japanese media had to react with stories pointing out it wasn't based on reality. You know? Also, yeah, people are being like,
well, they're doing this. I clowned on a dude for doing this.
Yeah,
like,
they
oh,
were
you
like-
use a VPN? Like,
yeah, country region may not be accurate. And
Like, it's so
Jeffrey,
stupid.
who is literally a
another
fucking
reason
university professor in Japan.
Another
like,
reason
I've met him.
I despise this feature because one, like every other new feature that gets rolled out by Twitter, it's broken and it's muddled in the rollout such that like it helps defeat the purpose of what it was supposedly doing in the first place.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like the perfect X product rollout. It's buggy, it's uneven, and it mainly just inflames people calling each other racist shit.
But basically, when it came out that he was a Europe-based account that falsely claims to be a Japanese nationalist, reacted to Twitter's new location feature by posting a video claiming to be on vacation in Belgium. The post was community noted because the video is clearly not from today. I haven't been able to do my regular content as I'm currently traveling around Europe. Today, I went to St. Mary's Royal Church in Belgium, and it was beautiful. Colonel Otaku claims to be in Belgium at the St. Mary's Royal Church. Video shows visible sun and people in shirts and shorts. On 23rd, 11, it was cloudy, rainy, with temperatures ranging between 34 Fahrenheit and 41 Fahrenheit. This video is obviously stolen and watermarked to hide its origin. It's awesome.
Where do we think so he says he's British, but I also don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, your account was created via European Android. You are in Europe. Stop pretending to be Japanese. You have never once provided reliable proof that you are actually based in Japan. No, he actually admitted. Jeffrey, you're a mainstream media journalist from America pretending you live in Chiba. Wait, he tried to do a know you. I know for a fact that Jeffrey lives in Japan. What the fuck? He is literally a college professor in Japan. I have met him in Japan. He is an American living in Japan.
Yeah, but like you don't understand. You see the red line on the graphic that says
it's not a secret that he is an American citizen living in Japan.
I hear you, big dog, but I'm just saying the line underlining the word there.
Yeah, it says United States of America.
Like, you may have real knowledge, but that's what's on the screen, buddy.
Yeah. Also, the feature is inaccurate for Gaza because Motasem Al-Dalul, who is literally another journalist in Gaza, was the Israeli state actually
Also,
fucking
like it's just
the Israeli state literally said, oh, here it is. 196,600 followers being lied to by fake journalists claiming to be in Gaza. New X feature reveals his actual location is Poland. Reporting from Gaza is fake and not reliable. Makes you wonder how many more fake reports you've read. To add insult to injury, yes, it isn't enough that Israel killed his wife and 2 of his children. They also have lied about him. Israel knows exactly where he is at every moment. Okay? Israel knows exactly where he is at every moment, but it says his account is based in Poland. And therefore, Israel, knowing full well where he is, which he posts a video about, by the way.
Good evening. For the people who claim that I am from Poland and I'm tweeting and posting from
Poland.
I just want to tell you that if you can recognize such buildings in Poland, just tell me, please, if you can recognize.
I mean, it is like fucking
things.
like heart wrenching too. That it's like,
And
oh, it's
camps,
Poland, and it's like he's
as you
literally
see
pointing
here.
at like the fucking like smoldering ruins of Holocaust 2.
Just tell me.
Like it's just so
if there is
disgusting.
It's also the state that literally like killed his whole fucking family. Yeah, here's Mr. Jeffu and I in Japan.
Wait, don't say that.
No, this is the U.S.
No, wait. Am I?
Yeah, see, these are British. That's English.
Oh yeah, see, this is in the United States. Case closed.
Don't joke with him like that.
It's
He
over.
loves Japan. He wants to come back.
You better get on the next flight out of here. No more 9 days, okay? But anyway, so the U.S. occupation authorities wanted to reduce the influence of communism as much as possible because.
Yeah, that's L.A. That's the L.A. Japantown. Don't lie, it's true. Here's another one. Yeah, the Gaza industrial complex racket has never been easier to expose. Anas al-Sharif, account based in West Asia. It's like, it's crazy to say this about a dude who was assassinated in Gaza by Israel.
I mean, also just like West Asia. Where is West Asia? I
Yeah.
don't know. If you looked at a map and you were to say, what's the western part of Asia look like? Maybe Gaza would be there. Who can say? Why bother looking at a fucking map?
Like it just blows my fucking mind.
I mean, they're like, it's again, like, this is why these people will just always cling to the most disgusting thing.
Yeah, here's another one too. Everyone accused me of fraud. Twitter shows my location is Australia because my campaign manager lives there. She helped me verify my account and access it whenever the internet was down. As Palestinians, we are used to facing every hardship, but we will not give up.
I am speaking to you from Australia.
Like they have to literally fucking prove that they're still in Gaza. It blows my mind. Israelis accusing people of being from Poland as jumping the shark.
That is,
I didn't even think about that. That's true. They really are relitigating all of the
like everything, man.
They're just
like,
going. They open up a copy of Mein Kampf and they're like, "What can we learn from this? Everything. Let's just do all the things."
And they do. It's like all the little things too. Like did you see when you were in China this controversy over like the flight of Gazans that was sent to South Africa? And like
I didn't see that.
Israel, like it's I haven't seen like the most latest reporting, but it was like the South Africans let these refugees in, but there was some initial confusion because they didn't have visas. Yeah. And it was because like they were just sent there, it looked like. And it's like reminds you of a lot of these stories that you read about like in the 30s and the Nazis and like the outset of the Holocaust and like all these like psycho games that they would play with trying to like deport and with deportation and expropriation. It just feels like it's so unpleasant and disgusting.
Yeah. There also was a moment of controversy from what I saw. Like the Department of Homeland Security was on. It said that their account was based in Israel. I don't know if it was a meme or not. People were saying that it wasn't a meme.
No, that was a meme. The one that wasn't was the Mariah Carey one.
What's Mariah
Go to
Carey?
her Twitter account. Let's see if this still works. Because I tested it and it was true. Just look up Mariah Carey's
Also,
Twitter.
APAC, Palestine News, account based in Australia, connected via Australian App Store. You're not going to believe why so many Palestinian accounts are located outside of Palestine.
It is like the most defensible fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
just love the insinuation that Palestine is a massive foreign diaspora just waiting to come home after generations abroad. You know, that's really interesting. Maybe they should have a right to return then. If they don't want to fucking return back home, then why is Israel stressing this point all the fucking time?
Is he implying that that's bullshit? Like, I love the insinuation that there are all these Palestinians who have a diaspora and that like they do things like hold on to the keys of their family home across multiple generations in the expectation that one day they'll be able to return to the land from whence they came.
Oh,
Ooh.
they changed it. It's West Asia now. Was it Israel?
Yes.
Why was it Israel?
I don't know. I saw somebody post it and like all the other ones, I was like Photoshop, but that one was real.
What the fuck?
Oh, I guess the DHS one was real too. Shit.
Yeah, the DHS one, I saw someone literally do a screen recording of the video of them clicking on the about. And the DHS one was Israel initially. And then, here, look, the screen recording of the DHS account.
Dude, being Jewish is so embarrassing. It's constantly embarrassing. I feel like this is doing the thing with the cursor. Yeah, dude, this sucks. Why is that? Elon, why did you even make this an object of discussion? Like, I don't even like what
I don't know if the video is fake or not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe the video is also fake. They could have totally faked it. I love
this. No, this one I watched myself. I
saw that shit with my own two eyes. Well, they did post about it, didn't they? Didn't they literally post about
what,
it?
DHS?
DHS, like they were like, ooh, like embarrassed GIF or something.
To quote Matt Christman, dabbing on us.
Yeah.
Just dabbing on us.
I saw that with my naked fucking eyeballs that the DHS said Israel, that Dev is a lying bitch. Where is the DHS one is definitely real. Don't get it twisted. Is account based accurate or not? It just means that like someone social media manager that set it up.
Somebody in chat says like, oh, it may be like a firewall company or something. Like, I agree with that. Like,
yeah,
I believe that it's actually like it's not that like there's some like Israeli like conspiracy or something. It's not like I'm sure that there are Israeli software products that like you do this stuff that are affecting it.
Wait, well, this is funny. Today, like every day, fuck Israel. Date joined January 2024. Account based in Israel. the Fuck Israel Hour account is also based out of Israel.
Yo, that's awesome. Who's our king?
Yeah. Oh, this was the one I was thinking of. This DHS Homeland Security account based in Tel Aviv, Israel. They joined in Israel, and they posted this, which is like how are you gonna make a joke about that?
I mean, look, if anybody would, it's like those fucking knuckle draggers.
This is the DHS statement. I can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. Videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What is this? X seems to appear to have suspended the Ivanka Trump news with over 1 million followers. The account constantly posted by American politics and claimed to have voted for President Trump based on his location. Data, it was apparently based in Nigeria. A lot of these like MAGA accounts.
I mean, also, by the way, this precedes Twitter by a certain amount. I mean, like, this is like where like BuzzFeed in the 2016 election had a pretty famous story about Macedonian teens who had figured out how to make a ton of money by just like posting like divisive MAGA slop.
Let's see.
I mean, it's ugh.
Yeah, this also is, it's important to point out all these fake accounts target American conservatives because they're the easiest marks in the world.
That is 1,000,000% true. These are people like, I'm sorry. No, you want to know the truth?
The username American not being run by someone in America sums up the current state of anonymous accounts on Twitter. The American account based in Pakistan.
The proof of this is just like, look at the actual ads that are supposed to not be scams that like conservative media advertises, and it tells you.
Yeah. These losers are fighting each other. Best thing Elon has given us. Hey, Grums, this tweet seems to be a dig at my friends Rhino the Bouncer and Sim Potato are in Middle East. Video games bring us all together from all walks of life and different countries. Just because they're not white dudes from the U.S. like we are does not diminish their law. I'm not white, you absolute R-word. Ian Mas Chung, this has nothing to do with your race and everything to do with you stating that my opinion doesn't matter just because I'm not American. Oh, my God, they're fighting each other.
What?
They're fighting each other. The general, the 1776 general, account based in Turkey.
But now, hold on.
Chill now. Chill. Cool on that. Chill on that. Okay? Fucking chill on that, dude. Listen, the general, he's one of my guys.
I just love, though, I do kind of also believe that, like, American culture is, like, still weird and everywhere, and our brain rot is everywhere. That like, what are these people like? They're not doing it for money. They're just like in it for the love of the fucking game.
Yeah, they just like Ian Miles Chong.
Like Ian Miles Chong.
Like,
although I mean maybe he's made money. I don't know. Didn't these things show that he's in Dubai or something?
He is in Dubai now. Yeah, no, he's been living in Dubai. Still never been to America, by the way.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
This is my shocked face.
We are Charlie Turk. Oh no. Yeah, Ian Miles wrong LARPs as though he is an American, and in my headcanon he does it because he wants to believe it. Like he wants to do the secret. He wants to act as though
I want to be a real boy.
Yeah. Wait, what? Ian's having a rough one after the rumor spread that he was about to be Laura Loomer's baby daddy.
What? That's just
Laura Loomer is reportedly pregnant with Ian Miles Chong's child.
I don't need this. Is just bullshit. This is slop. Sorry.
I know.
I don't need to see that.
Is this account based in feature newish? I'm not on Twitter much anymore. Yes, it's new. It was a big point of contention for the longest fucking time. So now they have. Yeah, I mean this.
Yeah. Like he oversteps his boundaries often. I mean, also like, look, I want to emphasize like Ian Miles Chong is like beyond stupid. Like the man, like it's such a great, like it's like part of this is like to make this kind of fuck up. Like I understand it when like the accounts that like don't go by their real name and are under instead like I don't know like Groiper Madness or whatever. Like I get it when the mask slips with them or when they blow it, but like you have like one job, dude.
Yeah, Imam Shan got chased out of Malaysia for being too pro-Israel, so he went to the.
Oh, that was really funny.
Dude,
that was really funny when he got in trouble with the Malaysian government.
He went to the Islam Israel
because Malaysia is like one of those countries where it says in the passport, like this passport is valid for every country except for Israel
and America too. I think, right? Or no, maybe it is valid for America. It's the most like anti-America country on the planet.
I'm not. Based on the people I've met there, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, that and Turkey.
It makes sense why he didn't fit the fuck in.
Yeah. It's just got to be so strange. Like if they only knew who Ian Miles Wrong was in Malaysia, they beat his ass all the time, I think. But oh yeah, there was an execution trend, if you remember.
Yes. People
online are fantasizing about Malaysia cracking down. Yeah. Malaysian right-wing commentator and social media influencer Imam Shan was quick to dispel rumors spreading.
Also, I just gotta say, man, it was such a weird world we live in where there's like articles from like Henry Luce's Time magazine, once the most like popular and influential magazine in like print publication in the entire world, and now it's just like this week on Ian Miles Chong's Twitter account.
Yeah. Well, Newsweek wrote about me fucking being stopped by the police at
That's true. Although Newsweek has just been owned by crazy Christians for like a decade and a half now.
Joey Manarino, U.S. Wait, what? This motherfucker is also not from... Wait, I thought this guy was in America. This guy's not in America either?
Manarino is like... that's... Wait, what?
But
what does he say?
US.
Click on his account. What is he?
This is not my America. Deport them all.
Yeah, but what's he say on his profile?
Important context. This user is not from America as their profile shows that they're from Europe.
Let's see what his excuse is.
American citizen born in Philadelphia.
Okay, well, there you go. Born in Philadelphia. I mean, it makes sense. Manarino, like the Pittsburgh crime family, the Pittsburgh mob was the Manarino family. Like it's a
conservative, working with conservative movements in the U.S. and EU, remigration.
So he's just in Europe.
Wait, but his people at a certain point were being pushed out, you know? Laura Loomer on the allegations. Stop lying. One, I'm not pregnant. And two, my boobs aren't that big. Wait, what? That's kind of funny. That's a funny way to respond to this accusation. But leaving room for
the idea that you did like have sex with the... Well, that's actually the thing you want to leave open in the conversation like this, is you want to leave open the possibility in everybody's imagination that you, Laura Loomer, had awesome, back-breaking, like sweaty, like, you know, like fluid-filled, disgusting sex with Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, war hamster, America first, common sense, critical thinking, son of liberty. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't think folks from foreign countries should be allowed to vote in our elections.
All right, new game show that I just came up with. Somebody shows you one of these accounts, and you have to guess which country it's from.
I mean, this one I wouldn't have thought UAE. You know, it's awesome. Did you see Erika Kirk talked about her hug with JD?
Did you see people didn't understand the hug that you and JD had?
Dude, don't they realize addressing this stuff makes it way worse?
No, because they are stupid.
It gives it legitimacy. Like
because they are dum-dums.
Every conspiracy theorist believes this now, you know? Wait, oh fuck, I lost it.
No, it's to the right, to the right. To the right.
You're on their
far
list
right
now.
Wait,
Forgive me.
Wait, don't
Oh,
do
there
that.
it is. Yeah.
What the, no, wait.
Hold on, let me close all these fucking tabs. I opened too many tabs. We are Charlie Kirk. Also, what? Isha was caught not wearing her wedding ring. Oh,
yeah,
Usha.
that one I saw, but that doesn't mean that. Like,
yeah,
if you know married people, then you know that doesn't always mean something.
See, people didn't understand the hug that you and JD had. They went to the weirdest places, Erika.
Oh my gosh, you guys, please.
Is she just like crying all the time? What's happening?
Those of you who know me, I'm a very, I hug is
yes,
like.
You're an intense hugger.
Whoever
it's awesome.
is like hating on a hug needs a hug themselves. I will give you a free hug
This is just
anytime
like
you want a hug. My
fueling
love
it
language
to
is
me.
touch. If
Bro, they put the photo. They put the photo up of her grabbing his head. His hair.
Can I grab your head when I hug you?
No, that would be gay as hell, bro. That love language is touch. Okay, you're caressing his hair. His hair is rubbing through the inside of your fingers. That's crazy.
You will, but seriously, that hug.
Bro, when a
So I
Republican
will give you a
says love
play-by-play.
language, I feel like a species
Walking,
somewhere
they
dies.
just
Jesus
played the
Christ.
emotional video. I'm walking over, he's walking over, I'm starting to cry. He says, he's so proud of you. And I say, God bless you. And I touch the back of his head. Anyone who I've hugged that
Also,
I
wait,
have
sorry,
touched the
pause.
back.
She is like describing, right, like what should be like an emotional experience. Like my husband, who was gunned down by ostensibly, at least in the narrative I'm selling, a political terrorist. And the vice president of the country came up to me and she's fucking talking about it like she's in the locker room of a post game, describing like a player, you know, like a funny interaction she had with somebody else on the court. Like, I don't fucking get this, dude. Like, this is now I believe that she went up to JD Vance and whispered in his
Back
ear, all
shots.
like exactly, like she
Back
just
shots.
she just like she just like whispered in his ear.
The new meta is that she's 8 weeks pregnant, but Charlie was killed 10 weeks ago. I've heard that. People are so ruthless. People are so ruthless on the internet, man. And in the next video, she talks about hoping she's pregnant with Charlie's kid when he was killed. Are you fucking serious?
You know that
Your
she was a
head when I hug
turkey
you,
baster lady.
I always say, God bless you.
Oh my God, she got the IDF cum brigade to come in and extract.
Yeah, she got the semen demons to come.
Yeah, the goon squad.
That's just me. If you want to take that out of context, go right ahead. Again, that to me shows that you need a hug more than anyone else. So if anyone...
They were acting
Typical
like you touched the
conservative
back of his
completely
ass.
misunderstands why everyone is laughing at you.
I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I
Bro,
did
okay,
that.
it's not about
versus-
touching the back of your ass. You grabbed his head.
Yeah, but she does that with everybody, she says. You don't understand.
Well, now she has to do it to everybody so that nobody thinks that, you know, she wants to get it on or whatever.
But no, seriously, so now when I go and hug people, I'll bring them back in and be like, I obviously didn't give you the right hug. Like, come, let me touch the
Where-
back
where
of
do
your
the hands
head.
go?
I don't know what to do with
Can't
my
touch the
hands.
head. What can I touch?
I know.
You must be desperate for subs to watch this. Wait, what? Why? What would this do for subs? I'm confused by this line of reasoning. Doesn't explain the couch leather pants. I mean, it doesn't explain a lot unless you assume that there is, you know, sexual intercourse taking place. But also, maybe she got emotional after seeing JD sing like this. You've seen this, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Forgive me. So you did?
This is no Trump, Biden, Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
That's the actual goat.
Carry the flame.
I do like the AI's idea of like who's in these crowds.
This is a Holy Bible on fire, Noah. Do you see that?
Yes.
He's lit the Holy Bible on fire. He's like, I'm the Antichrist.
You mean the
now.
Holy Bile?
Yeah, the Holy Biole. The Holy Biole. I went to Publix a few months ago, and there's a dude that had the "We Are Charlie Kirk" on the back of his shirt.
No, I will one up you. I remember 2 years ago, I was like driving in downtown Nashville, and I like I squint and I'm like, no fucking way. And on the back of the like windshield of the car in front of me was a cat turd bumper sticker.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a real one.
That was like, I was like, this is the best day of my life.
Wait, this is actually real? Yeah, this is a real image of the millions of Charlie Kirks that they've actually created. But it's interesting because like they did literally create a million Charlie Kirks, just not in the way that they thought they would. Because now Generation Alpha and Zoomers are so ruthless that they're Kirkifying everybody.
Yeah, that's true. They really are like the nihilism thing with them. Like they're willing to take any situation and Photoshop Charlie Kirk's faces on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cooked. Yeah, I have reversed my position on saying I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to perish. Now I am afraid of perishing and then having every corner of the internet make fun of me. So sorry, I'm gonna hold out for a lot longer now. Inshallah. Anyway, there's also this.
Did get married.
Yes.
You have 2 kids.
2 precious babies.
And you told me this in private, but
Oh, Jonah
how
Platt,
many
did you
kids
hit
did you
your
guys
head?
want to have?
This was
We
funny.
wanted to have 4. Yeah. And I was praying to God that I was pregnant when he got murdered.
Oh, wow.
It's weird, right? That's like a weird thing to say, right?
This is like goyim shit to me. Sorry. This is like where I'm like, this is like when I learned about like,
Bro,
like,
this is
like when people told me like, oh, we do open caskets. I'm like, that's
you
fucking
said,
weird.
You said this is goyim shit, except this is literally also Israel shit. This is literally
Israelis are goyim to me.
Yeah, this is post
They're
October
not,
7. Post October 7,
Yes.
the Israeli cum brigade coming
Yeah,
out
it's
and
like
being
it's
like,
like
we're
not. It's like look, these are not the Semites I know. Okay, it's just
it just like doesn't
it's
make
bad, man.
I don't understand it. I feel like this is a very strange thing to do.
I thought of that once. Just like whether it was
Open
meant to be
casket,
or
you're
whether
right,
we
though.
I know.
Unless it's embalmment, which is the communist way.
I mean, I guess. Look,
No,
like,
communist embalmment is goated.
It's.
Wait, did you see Ho Chi Minh? You were in Vietnam.
No, it was closed when we went.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like, I would like to see it.
We did the. I mean, you should. I mean, there's so much cool shit that you.
The
can, in
older
that
it
vein.
gets, though, the worse the embalmment is because they just didn't have the tech at the time. So the latest revolutionaries that perished, that passed away, have like better embalmment techniques. Israel's GOP, Goyim occupied government. It's true. True.
Goyim occupied place.
I was like, oh
GOP.
goodness, that would be the ultimate blessing out of this catastrophe. So now when I see a young couple,
The cum brigade didn't offer their services because Charlie was about to turn on Israel. He was
Bro,
so
that
close.
was like that. Now it's coming down. Now I see.
I tell them, please, like, don't put it off. Especially if you're a young woman, don't put it off. You can always have a career. You can always, go back to work.
Pause.
You can never just
And this is important, chat. You never know when the love of your life is about to get shot to death in a public assassination in front of a ton of other people. You just never know. Your career, the thing that you're working toward your whole life, and that like is gonna, be in your life regardless of what happens, that can go on the back burner. What's really important is to act before the love of your life gets domed in the most televised assassination literally in the history of humanity, something that will make the JFK assassination feel like it happened in the fucking like time of Attila the Hun. Yeah.
It was filmed by, there was no Zapruder footage because it was like everyone.
Was like literally like
everyone is the Zapruder.
Well, and it was like this horrible thing too of like the weird, like the gnarly thing too, where it was like there was a really gross version of it that showed exactly what happened. And
oh, I saw it.
Yeah, same. I mean, it was all. I mean, it was like I mean, if there's something I feel bad about, it's that like his kids and his wife have to like see the footage of him like dying over and over again. But
Or
evidently,
the million Charlie Kirks that has spawned.
No, that I don't mind. That is like,
go back to
they get to see
having
his
children.
face everywhere.
And
It's
they
like he
grow
never
so
left.
fast and so quickly. But I was praying. Both of us were. We were really excited to just expand our family.
He still hasn't impregnated Chatter. True. I apologize.
Boy and girl. I know.
One day they'll find out. Right now they're just, little
know.
loves. And one day they'll find out that they're.
This also falls. The motherhood penalty is so bad, and it's harder to go back each year, and you make less. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
No, she's talking about how like if you have a kid like early on in like beginning of your career, like it's like working women know it's like the incredible toll that it exacts to like be a mother and also be in the workplace. I mean, it's tough. It's like there's no easy answers in 2025.
All right. Well, I know I said I was gonna play video games today, but I'm too fucking tired, chat. So that's all I got for today. You have to give me a little bit of grace here, because I am, I am actually I'm actually still nursing this jet lag. But Noah, are you going to be on the broadcast tomorrow?
Sure, yeah, I'm around.
All right, Noah will be on tomorrow as well.
Why not?